Good afternoon. It is 3 o'clock. I'm Joseph Milano, live from the Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs Studio. Titans head coach Brian Callahan met with the media today following the 0-3 start after the Colts loss and was asked if he is considered giving up play calling considering the start.
Everything's under evaluation right now at 0-3. Certainly, it's all part of it. That's players in their roles. That's everything. I mean, we got to find a way to put ourselves in position to win a game. So we're evaluating everything.
In NFL news today, Week 3 of the NFL wraps up with Ravens and Lions on Monday Night Football. Kickoff is at 7:20. You can catch the Westwood One call of the game right here on the Zone starting at 7. Some major college basketball news today. Bruce Pearl is expected to retire as head coach at Auburn, and his son, Stephen Pearl, is expected to be the head coach for an upcoming season and to get a multi-year contract extension. In college football news today, the 3 annual opponents for the SEC teams over the next 4 years has been released. The Vols will play Alabama, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky, while Vanderbilt will play Tennessee, Auburn, and Mississippi State. For our foundation repair, whatever needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Bring news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three Tell 104.5 The Zone Monday edition. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. We got a lot to get into. There is no question about that. Last Monday, we called it a Titans colonoscopy Monday. I think that carries over to this week too, Slay Dog.
Yeah, our results came back from our Titanoscopy.
Titanoscopy is a good one.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, it wasn't what we thought. I think we got to go back in again. We got to clean this bad boy out some more.
Titanoscopy Monday, presented by Dr. Jellyfinger.
What?
I mean, you got to have fun in life.
Man,
right?
you might as well, because it is some tough times out here right now.
Yep. Babsy is on assignment. She will be back on Wednesday. Good Lord. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Executive producer of 3HLSF.
What's up?
Slay Dog is here.
I'm in the building. Oh. Woo. It's a reason. You know what? Sometimes
There's a reason for the season.
it absolutely is. And sometimes, man, I'm sitting in the car and I'm, I get here a little early. Sometimes I just sit in the car to get my thoughts together.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing that this morning.
I was going to walk up there, but it was raining a little bit. So
Yeah, you didn't even.
I just let you sit.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting there.
I'm like, I'll see you in a minute.
You know what I'm doing though when I'm sitting there?
What?
Sometimes I'm on the phone, but if I'm not on the phone, I'm like got a monologue in my head. I like to do.
Like a late night comedian?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And I was gonna start the day like that, so I'm not. But what I will say, and I know we're gonna get into this later, it's never been a time I've been associated with a team, especially a professional sports team, and the other team look at me and I come out lethargic. Now, in the course of the game, I've been
that will never be said about you.
ever.
Yeah. Maybe lose a bunch, but that will not be. Control what you can control. And you get so many opportunities.
And at the beginning of a game, I can damn sure control it. We could be 0-49.
Maybe headed that way. Some changes.
We are close. And I can promise you, when we come out, you're going to be like, damn, are you sure they on a losing streak? Like, come on, y'all. We can't be the ones that they beat. Because now, during the course of the game, it could mentally set in that, man, we just keep on losing. We find a way to lose. I can't control that. But to start a game, it will never, ever be said. And I've been a part of some losing streaks. But never, ever. The opponent looked down there and thought that we're going to beat them because of look at their body language. And we always talk about body language.
It's important.
No,
It can get you through a lot. As a matter of fact.
I can.
You can watch the live YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Thanks,
Laura
please.
Knight says Titanoscopy is perfect. Lethal Latin _615. We full of Shiano, LOL.
That was it, Lethal. that was it. That was it.
Listen, man, Tony said, I think I might finally have joined the Fire Cali train. I'm scared that we might not even win 3 games this year, which is what they won last year. Yeah, I'm not the kind of I know a lot of people are, and this is an opinion business and all those things, but I'm not the kind of guy that enjoys, like, calling for somebody's job, man. But here's the thing. Let me ask it this way. Had y'all seen a story come down at like 10 a.m. or something that Brian Callahan had been relieved of his duties, would you have been surprised?
Absolutely not.
Nope, not at all.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of surprised he's still there, honestly. And it's not just the losing. He's 3-17 as a head coach. And you know, we talk about this all the time. Sports is the ultimate meritocracy, right? Winning matters. Success matters. How many home runs you hit matters. How many sacks you get matters. How many touchdowns you throw compared with interceptions matters. Wins matter, right?
Yep.
3-17, not going to cut it. But it's the continuing mistakes that we as fans see that we believe that we would not make. Like in Denver, not challenging the play because you didn't know the rule.
Yep.
In Denver, run the ball 3 times so you go in with the lead.
Yep. On
your own 7-yard line with a rookie quarterback and a really good defense. And now you somehow get a delay of game after 2 timeouts.
Mm-hmm.
And people are saying they didn't have the right ball in, which is another fail.
Yeah.
If they didn't have the kick ball in. For those that don't know, there are 2 different balls. The kicker gets his own ball that they get to massage all week and, you know, create it however they want.
Yep, that's why it's a difference. Mm-hmm.
So it's all of these mistakes that fans are just like, I mean, you can see. So Brian Callahan does his halftime interview with CBS, and he walks off the field. Players are already in the locker room.
Yeah.
He's walking off the field. I mean, thunderous booing.
Big boos.
Number one, crowd wasn't great. Crowd wasn't great. In the opener, the home opener, you're 10,000 away from a sellout with the overall number 1 pick at quarterback in there. I don't know.
I was listening to it the first half on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I think I texted Savage or somebody. It was like, dog, I had to turn it up a little bit and listen because a play was made and I heard a roar from the crowd. But then they said it was the Colts. I'm like, how are they coming across on the broadcast louder than us?
I was in the Titans radio suite and somebody was in the bathroom when the pick 6 happened and came back out and was like, Titans score?
Dude, that
because it was that loud when you couldn't see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they thought that the Titans had done something.
It got me the same way.
615-737-1045. If you want to vent, let it all out. We've got a lot to get to. Mike Keith, the voice of the Vols, was honored by the Titans on Sunday at halftime. That part was cool. Mike Keith was put in the Ring of Honor, surrounded by his friends, family, colleagues, fans, all of it. That was really cool. He will join us at 4:20. Thanks to our friends at Two Rivers Ford, also Volunteer Traditions as well. Chris Lowe with On3.com. He got a hold of the list, let's say.
How could Lowe do such a thing?
The SEC is announcing the 2026 college football schedule tomorrow, which means that they are going to release each team's 3 annual opponents. Chris Lowe got it. It's already out there.
The lowdown.
And y'all were right. Tennessee, it's Kentucky, Alabama, and Vanderbilt. Y'all were right. I was wrong.
Couldn't find nobody for Kentucky.
That's what it was, you think?
It's too hard, man.
So we'll talk with Chris about that. We'll go through all of those games. If you haven't seen it, maybe I could just go ahead and do that now. If you want to go ahead and load the lines while I do this.
Why would the lines be loaded? What people want to talk about? People? It is Titanoscopy.
Titanoscopy Monday.
Yeah.
Seems to be a thing. Here's the other thing. You talk about winning. You know how many games they've won the last 28? 4.
See, that's the problem. And that's the problem, Joel. And then on top of that,
they haven't won a home game, Slay, since November 3rd.
You know what's bad?
By the time they play another home game, it'll be the same team they beat, Patriots.
That's not even funny.
And it'll be 11 and a half months since people saw a win at Nissan Stadium.
Almost a full year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what's bad, too, on top of this, Euro? All last year, and I'm not giving a pass at all because I thought he was Nathaniel coming out of college. But when getting here, the reactions to the things that Will Levis was doing, it's kind of the reactions Brian Callahan should have to himself. What the blank are you doing?
And he's a nice guy and all these things, but there's a list for that. Listen, man, we've been talking about, like, Callie's got to win. He does.
Yep.
Dude, go down to Houston where the owner's people are and throw an embarrassing performance out there and see what happens.
Where they're struggling.
They're 0-3.
Yeah.
They're a 6.5-point favorite over the Titans, and they're 0-3. All right, annual opponents real quick. Then we'll go to the phones, man. I can hear them buzzing. People want to get in. Alabama, there are 3 annual opponents in football, according to Chris Lowe with On3.com. Auburn, Tennessee, and Mississippi State. That is a thing down there, by the way. Arkansas, Missouri, Texas. I love that one, going back to the Southwest Conference days. And LSU. I think LSU was another one to try to limit down to 3 because they could have had like 4 or 5. That would have made sense. Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, and Vanderbilt. Vandy gets Auburn. Florida, again, 3 annual opponents for college football, according to Chris Lowe. This all comes out tomorrow officially. Florida gets Georgia, Kentucky, and South Carolina. I really thought that Florida might get Auburn.
I thought they would get Auburn, too.
Instead of Vanderbilt getting Auburn.
I did, too.
Kentucky gets Florida, South Carolina, and Tennessee. LSU, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. LSU, Ole Miss Saturday, by the way. We've got some big freaking games this week.
I bet on that game already, it took me forever. I went back and forth. I talked myself in and out.
It's only Monday's late.
No, this was Sunday.
Which way am I going to go?
Man, dude.
Yeah, it's only a 2.5 point
I did
line.
so much research. It was 1.5 when I got it.
Oh, yeah? Mississippi State gets Ole Miss. Yep. Vandy and Alabama.
Yeah.
Missouri, that's another tough one. Arkansas, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. Whatever. Oklahoma, Missouri, Ole Miss, Texas. So you get the Oklahoma, Texas every year. Ole Miss gets Mississippi State, of course. LSU and Oklahoma was kind of a weird one to me. South Carolina gets Georgia, Florida, and Kentucky. Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, Vanderbilt. Texas gets Texas A&M, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. So all 3 of those make sense.
Yeah.
Going back to the Southwest Conference. Texas A&M gets LSU, Missouri, and Texas. And Vanderbilt gets Auburn, Tennessee, and Mississippi State.
Yeah.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. I did see I'm props to this guy. I told him at the Lee Company Countdown to Kickoff slate, the first team shirt I saw while I was sitting on stage, guy wearing a Florida shirt. I was like, there's a fan right there because y'all are hard to watch.
Man, and they know it.
I mean, next day he's wearing the Gators.
Just rocking it.
That guy can say whatever he wants when they get good.
I can dig it.
Steve in California. Steve, what's up?
Hey, guys. I was wondering how we went from Vrabel, Art Smith, Matt LaFleur, all on one coaching staff to having to choose who are going to be between a special teams coach and basically an assistant coach.
Yeah, I mean, if you start speculating on who the interim would be, it'd probably be Denard Wilson, I would guess.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then, but if you go that way, the head coach calls the offensive play. So if you go that way, then Nick Holtz would call the plays, I guess. So you're changing everything at that point.
You definitely got to keep your a couple offensive guys to keep some continuity with Cam, though, right?
Right. You have to. You can't go reset in game 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's getting a little hard to walk from all these Titanoscopies, guys.
Yes, it is.
Hey, man,
yes, it is.
Listen, man, we're doing what we can do.
Man, we're going to get the old school popsicle stick, bite down on it, man. We're just going in here every Monday, I guess.
Bite the bullet like in the Civil War when they take your leg off.
They got no choice.
I will say this. I do have positives at some point to hit.
Okay.
You know me.
I know you'll find
them. I don't want to sit in here and cry all day.
No, ain't no need. We're going to hear them, though.
X in Lebanon. X, what you got, man?
Hey, we don't need to do no colonoscopy, whatever it is. We know what it is. It's the heart. Callahan got to go. And I ain't even one of those people but my thing is I paid money for that ticket Sunday. Let me tell y'all, I miss church. First of all, I miss church. Yeah. We got the number one rookie. It's supposed to be loud in there. Like, we got the number one draft pick in there. It's supposed to be loud. We need CPR, the left paddle, Denard, the right paddle, Wilson. And we need to hit it like 2 or 3 times. And we going to be all right. Y'all have a good day.
So you chose 41-20 loss over God. That's what happened?
Yeah, it was rough. He knows what to do.
Titans lose again. This time they fall 41-20 at home to the Colts. Brian Callahan now 3-17 as a head coach. Titans have only won 4 games in their last 24. They have not won in Nissan Stadium since beating New England on November 3rd, 20-17, and that game was in overtime. They don't play at home again until they play New England on October 19th, 11 and a half months since their last home win. There are 6 teams that are 0-3. 6. Titans. This is where we are. Titans, Jets, Dolphins, Texans, Giants, and Saints.
Wow.
That's the group. That's all the people that are over for the party.
Yeah, and they slowly leaving.
615-737-1045 at the RHL 1045. Staying a little long in this first segment for y'all. Patrick in Clarksville. Patrick, what up?
I think we just need to demo down the stadium right now because there's nothing but nightmares in Nissan Stadium. I think we need to hire Callahan, and not just Callahan, his daddy, who's supposed to be this offensive line guru, when what they need is flashcards on the sidelines because they can't even call plays when they have multiple attempts. It's a joke. They need to hold open tryouts like Invincible or get the replacement and just trade out everyone.
Thank you, Patrick. Open tryouts for coach.
Man, that's rough. That's rough.
I don't know how you get a delayed game coming off 2 timeouts, man. I cannot explain. Like, they keep having things that I just cannot explain. I can't explain it. I don't know.
Usually I can find a way to push back. I can't.
Here's the other thing.
I can't.
Okay, I get you can't decide what. Actually, I don't. But you can't decide whether or not to go for it. To go for it or not to go for it? That is the question?
Yeah.
Dude, go for it.
Yeah.
What you got to lose?
Right. But you had another opportunity to decide, too, because it was 2 timeouts. So you didn't even have to decide in the first one.
I will say, Sly can kick the hell out of a football.
He got a boot.
That 57-yarder would have been – it was halfway up the net, dude. Yeah. It would have been good from like 72.
Yeah, he got a boot. Man got a boot.
So I get, trying the extra long field goals and all those things. But, I mean, go for it, dude. You're not a good football team. Go out, guns a-blazing.
Yeah. I heard Dyson say something Sunday. He's in a situation now. He's damned if he do, damned if he don't. Like, he actually can't do anything right. You know what I'm saying? To the masses. To appeal to the masses. It's no way.
But in that situation, like, I think everybody would be like, okay, good. He tried to, like he went for it.
Yeah, but guess what? What if he called the wrong play? And then everybody be looking like, dude, why'd you call that? Why wouldn't you throw a pass? Why are you running the ball? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing the screen again? Man.
Or just make up your mind and kick it and then not have to get it pushed back to a 60-plus yarder and do it from the spot that he's made now twice in a row. He made 57 last week, 57 this week. It would have been another 57 and then got pushed back into the 60s because he couldn't make up his mind.
That's right. G-Money in Nashville. G-Money, what you got, man?
Man, first of all, shout out to you, Mayor. Man, you are like the Steve Waterson of the show, man. You've been here since day one. You know what I'm talking about? Lady boy, listen here.
Yeah.
Dude was talking about, he missed church. It don't matter. The Titans will run up your sin tab even if you do go to church. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a Monday night Bible study right now, the way I was cussing yesterday.
Hey, you ain't wrong, man. Just put a little extra something in the collection, man. They going to be all right. Put something in the benevolent fund, man. It'd be cool.
Man, got to. Need the little dude with the little baby church. And you stuff all the money in there. That's what we need. Look here. Everybody keeps talking about Callahan. I'm going to go a little bit different approach. I agree. Burton Hill got to go. That dude doubled down and said, I quote, "We know we got the right coach." Man, if you that confident and wrong What other things have you gotten wrong in the name of Sweet Baby Jesus?
Well, to be fair to Burke, he didn't hire Callahan. I mean, but also, what else are you going to say? Like, I don't know. I hope we got the right guy. We'll see.
No, well, you can say that. You can say, I hope we got the right guy, but to say we know we got the right man, he got to go. And listen, karma is a mug. Listen, Chad Brinker, Red Carthon, hired dude, and this is me. This ain't y'all. I think he weaseled his way around Rand, got the promotion above Rand, and then wanted Rand gone. Chad, you got to take full responsibility for this dumpster juice that you got on your hands. He got to go as well. And listen, I hope next week when we have another Titans colonoscopy, whatever it's called, I just hope they ain't got big knuckles. I'm out.
615-737-1045.
Hey, man, this Titan Nation, that's why I love y'all, man. Y'all ain't going to let us down.
I mean, listen.
Y'all ain't going to let us down.
Even if they're losing all these games, like, we're going to have fun on Monday. That's what we can control.
We have to.
G Money coined the term dumpster juice on this show, so props to him. Titans will run up your sin tab even if you go to church. And then you add to the benevolent fund.
I mean,
we'll be right back. Football season is snack season, and you need to do it the right way. Watch your games, but make sure you snack the right way. With Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip, I want to tell you about a new obsession that a lot of people have. Daisy French Onion Dip, one guilty pleasure for sure during football season, eating dips with chips, wings, veggies while watching all of the games. And, man, I mean, whether things are going well or not, whether you're nervous or not, it's always best to have Daisy French Onion Dip right around you and Daisy Ranch Dip. These are delicious as homemade dips, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you would find in your own kitchen. You can't have chips without dip. Having said that, choose the best dip. Daisy French Onion Dip, Daisy Ranch Dip. Try them out. They are so great and the perfect complement to all of the games that you will be watching. Daisy French Onion Dip, Daisy Ranch Dip at all grocery stores.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay here, coming with Low T Center. Synergix and Low T Center, they teamed up to come with the MVP of testosterone replacement therapy. So you're sitting around wondering how you can change your life. Well, what you got to do is to get over that tiredness feeling, that grumpy feeling, the emotions going up and down, not feeling like you're ready to go, not seeing the gains from the gym, not seeing the losses from the work you're putting in. That could all deal with testosterone. So you need to get your T levels checked. You need to go in there and just find out exactly what's going on. You don't have to wait. You can go into the center and get your test. I'm guaranteeing you that you will come out feeling a lot better because you know exactly how to attack it. Yeah. Real patients tell people every day, I got my energy back. I'm doing better than ever at work, my wife, and all of that. You know what the newlyweds do, right? At the gym, they're crushing it. Low T Center TRT changed that for anyone looking to do it. Women as well. 20 minutes, you get your results back. All you got to do is go get your appointment online at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. Titans lose again. This time they fall 41-20 at home to the Colts.
It's a lot of points.
Colts scored on 6 of their 9 possessions. Titans are the first team in the NFL to make the Colts punt. That's one positive.
Yeah, yes, it is.
They made them punt.
Mm-hmm.
That dude has punted one time in 3 games.
Once.
Just stealing money. Yeah, the 3 times they didn't score, missed field goal, downs, they went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, and 1 punt. Daniel Jones, 18-25, 228, 1 touchdown, 4 carries, 27 yards. Jonathan Taylor, 17 carries, 102, 3 touchdowns. And they were doing a pretty good job on him early. And Coach Matt kept saying, you better keep him and that guy up because he will. This is what he does. It's like 2, 3, 2, 1, and then 50.
Broke. Chopping wood. The one he broke, even the one he didn't, the one he came around the corner and put Snead into the core of the earth. Like, dog, what? How do you get horizontal? Like, that's, hey, man. Like, we got to get his legs or something. Like,
put him in the core of the earth.
He did. Straight down there. I mean, straight down there. I mean, he didn't pass gold, didn't collect $200 or nothing. He just went straight to the core. Man. Like Independence Day for him. Rough.
It's a great film.
Oh, phenomenal, ain't it?
Yeah.
Phenomenal film. Oh, yeah, man.
In the core of the
He did, dude. I put on Twitter at the time at X. I put on there, man, look at King Henry. Oh, darn. That was Jonathan Taylor. That was exactly what King Henry would have did.
3 touchdowns. Michael Pittman Jr., 6 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Defensive end Tyquan Lewis for the Colts, 3 tackles. 3 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks. By the way, the Titans had no sacks and no tackles for a loss. That's pretty hard to do, too.
They should have had a couple, but Daniel Jones somehow weaseled his way out of a lot of those.
No, they shouldn't have had no couple, though.
There were a couple of sacks where I thought for sure they had him.
They should have had a couple of, this was week 1.
Ifs and fifths?
Yeah, if this was week 1 and we seen it before, like, man, you ought to see this pass rush. No, we ain't got no pass rush. We ain't got no pass. No, we should never get a sack. I'm going to be real.
There was one of them, I put my hands up in the air thinking they had him, and then he got out. And I was like, it's like the corner store was in the backfield.
It's out there.
That's Daniel Jones on the corner.
That's exactly what it is. We ought to just try to it ought to be one person getting upfield. That's Big Jeff. Everybody else ought to just match hands.
I will say I do enjoy watching this rookie quarterback play and grow and all those things. Make mistakes and learn from them and all of it. And Isle Manor continues to show. He is consistent.
He is.
4 for 38 and a touchdown. Calvin Ridley caught a ball.
One of his 7 targets. Team leading 7 targets.
He was wide open in the middle of the zone, too. 27 yards.
Wow.
I thought for sure they were going to get their first 30-yard play.
Hey, man.
How does that guy only catch 1 ball?
Wide receiver 1.
Blaine said, and I was trying to ask this in a creative way, so I'll ask you, Slave. This is what I asked Blaine. This is what I asked Hitman before the game on the League Company Countdown to Kickoff, which is 3 hours before the kick. I said, all right, Blaine, you've got Calvin Ridley on the outside. You've got Io Manor on the outside. You've got man-to-man on one dude. Which one would you want it to be?
Wow.
He said, Io Manor.
Right now.
And I go, that's where we are. He goes, that's where we are.
Yep, right now. Because Calvin may even beat the guy. Is he going to catch it? It's like they switched. That's what Ellick had coming out. Questions about his hand.
That's right. 615-737-1045. If you want to watch the show live, you can. YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The F&M Bank chat is very creative and interesting and fun today. 615-737-1045. Let's go to Chalupa in Spring Hill. Chalupa, what's up, man?
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Slay, I got a bet for you this week.
Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. I got my pen and pad out. Get it to me.
Take the bye week and the points versus the Gators, and you're a winner. They are awful. This dude is calling plays out of Coach Klein's book from The Water Boy. I mean, it is terrible.
You can do
I mean,
it.
there is just zero creativity, and he is not putting any of these offensive players in a good position to succeed at all.
It's a tough watch offensively. Defensively, they hold up pretty well, but at some point they're just on the field all day, and so Miami was able to score at the end.
Lagway running for his life.
But when it was 13-7, Chalupa, I was thinking about you and Gator Mike, and I was like, man, what I was thinking was maybe they can intercept the ball and run it back and take the lead. I wasn't worried about the offense scoring, but.
Well, after they scored, McClain got the pick, and I'm like,
that's right.
Maybe they got
That's
something, right. And then it just went back to square one, and I'm like, this dude's ego, he just will not get an offensive coordinator, and they can't get him out of Gainesville fast enough.
They can't.
They have a lot of talent on offense. He's just out of his league calling plays.
To Chalupa's point, Florida had 22 offensive yards at halftime. 22.
Okay, and now I'm going to go have a beer and some wings in your guys' honor. Have a good day, y'all.
No See you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Take the bye, the boys, he said.
Hey, man, take the points. That's tough,
they got Texas next week.
Absolutely.
Arch Manning played a lot better now. I mean, Sam Houston State was the opponent, but.
Here we go, Jim.
Yeah, him staring down a defender from Sam Houston State.
Yeah, but I mean, he was, what was he, 15-18? 18-21, 309, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 rushing TDs, so he had 5 touchdowns. Texas has a bye week as well. Then they play at Florida next week. 615-737-1045. Toby in Mount Juliet wants to go over to Tennessee volunteer country. Toby, what's up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up,
man?
Toby?
Play, I was just saying Titan who. What about them balls? What are we going to do Saturday?
Man, go down there and handle business. Put our little earplugs in with them cowbells, man, that they're going to be ringing.
You were kind of nervous about this game a couple weeks ago.
I was, until I saw what Northern Illinois was able to do.
Okay. Mississippi State didn't do a lot of offense.
No, I watched that game closely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling well.
Despite the separation in score. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also I just believe in what we have offensively. And I don't even think they've come close to what they can be offensively.
Tennessee ran the ball 43 times for 235 yards and 4 scores. The combo, the three-headed running backs, Peyton Lewis, Deshaun Bishop, Star Thomas, slayed 29 carries, 191 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yes.
Yeah, we looking good.
Thank you, Toby. Appreciate it, man. Yeah,
Appreciate it, bro.
What about Trent Dilfer with his phone out before the game, taking pictures and videos?
Man, sometimes you just got to live in the moment, yo. You just
take it all in.
Yeah, you don't never know when it's going to end. Like, this could be over tomorrow, and I could be back in Tennessee probably what he thinking. Like, let me get a good picture of this. Plus, my guys out here, Caleb Beasley, Spielman, all these guys out here. But just in case that I'm back at Lipscomb or somewhere else in Nashville, keep your eyes open. I need to prep.
So I heard that his daughter is usually with him in these games, and she was in labor.
That's what he said. Yes, he said that after the game when asked about it.
That's where I heard it from him. So yeah.
Like I was going to say, you heard. Like what?
I did. I watched a press conference.
So you literally heard it from him.
I can't remember if it was him. Yeah, but yeah,
it was all over. It was all over the web. But that's cool. But still, like I mean. It is what it is, as long as he's doing it everywhere.
I've seen him use his phone on the sideline before.
I have, too.
And he was the head coach of Lipscomb Academy. And he went over to the CPA Brentwood game, and he was standing behind the CPA bench with his phone out, recording hand signals.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Allegedly, meaning I saw it happen right in front of me. So he does like to – listen – Dilfer's a funny dude, man, because he does.
And he's going to do it his way.
He does it his way, and he rubs people the wrong way.
Yep.
But he's the kind of guy, like, if you're around him, you like him. You know what I mean?
He got it.
Yeah.
He got that charm. He got that silver tongue, silver fox. Like, that's him. If you can hate him, I'm talking about until you sit down and you have a meeting with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to walk away like,
he got
okay, he know what he doing.
Listen, and he was a part of the fight, and he had no reason to be. Remember during COVID and Metro Nashville got shut down?
It had nothing to do with him. Yep.
And he was like, man, these kids, they need this
to
get them off the streets and like have structure in their lives, and he went to war with the Metro Nashville football coach.
Yes, he did. He sure did.
So props on that. 615-737-1045. Let's go to John in Gordonsville. John, what's up?
Hey, guys. I love your show. Listen to it every day. Outstanding. Go Vols, man. We'll look great this weekend. We'll look better next weekend.
Yes, sir.
That'll be a test.
My call, guys, is this. I'm a big Houston Oilers fan.
Yeah.
Then Marini, White Shoes Johnson, the whole bunch down there. And if you go back and take the statistics from the time that the Houston Oilers came into existence until today, we have got, as a franchise, a losing record. We've been to the Super Bowl one time. Now, I'm a former coach, guys, and I appreciate this. I understand you have a lot of people up in the stands yelling and bitching and complaining, but here's a question for you. If you don't have the Jimmies and the Joes, it's pretty tough to play. Now, here we are, a one-time Super Bowl team. Do you think it might go back to the very top? Because lots of times it goes to the top. Now, we're going to say Callahan's the top, maybe so. But what about his scout team, the people doing the scouting for him, the selections that we're getting? You've got to pay money now, guys. And to me, it's not all on Callahan. Am I saying he's the greatest coach ever hit Nashville? Probably not. But the point is, let's go back and find out why have we, as a franchise, why have we never won, is my question. Guys, love your show. I'd like to hear your comments. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, John. One Super Bowl, 3 AFC championship games, 10 playoff appearances, 8 playoff wins. I only know those numbers because I pulled that from Mike Keith to talk about him yesterday. And he's been a part of all of that. Listen, you can't do anything about the past. You can't.
Nope.
All you can do is move forward. Yep. And the hope that I have as I sit here and talk with y'all through all of this is in QB1.
I mean, that's the only glimmer of shining light that you have. Outside of Alec and DK. I like them. I can watch them play all day.
All the young guys. Gunnar Helm had a nice game.
Gunnar Helm did have
the young guys.
Yep.
They also had a season low of sacks allowed.
Yep.
I have some positives, man. I'm telling you.
I can't wait to get into
4. They gave up 4 sacks. That's the season low.
I mean, well, you're.
I mean, Cam got out of a few of them, too.
You know, the wildest thing I saw was us. This I knew it was going to be a crazy game. We completed a pass for negative yards. Like, Cam dropped all the way back, hit, who was it, tight end or somebody, and he was behind the line of scrimmage. It was like, wow, this is where we are? Like, he escaped all them tackles. So he hit a guy that was behind the line of scrimmage. He might as well just threw it out. We got a long road ahead.
More of your phone calls. Let it out, man. This is what we're here for. Titan Oscar be Monday. Brian Callahan also with a message to the fans after getting booed off the field on Sunday. We've got that for you next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Jabbar says on YouTube, -6 on that pass play. Slay dog. You know how life can change in an instant? Yeah, everybody does. That's why you need my guy, all of our guys, Bart Durham and Injury Law, and their number. Blair Durham, his number is 615-242-9000, 615-242-9000. Get that number into your phone. That way, if something does happen, you know what to do immediately and make that phone call, 615-242-9000. A car wreck can throw everything off, your job, your bills, your peace of mind, everything. That's when you need our good friends at Bart Durham Injury Law. Marine veteran Blair Durham and his team have been fighting for folks in Tennessee for years, making sure insurance companies pay up when they're supposed to, how they're supposed to, how much they're supposed to. 615-242-9000. No upfront costs, no waiting around, just real people making sure you get what you deserve. 615-242-9000, again, the number. So if you've been injured, don't wait. And even if you haven't, be ready if something does happen. Call Bart Durham Injury Law, 615-242-9000. They're here 24/7 and ready to fight for you. That's 615-242-9000.
We have a new Dawn deal for Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. It's for the month of September, so maybe you are out there and you know you need new windows and new doors, replacement windows for your old windows in your home. I feel you, and I feel you that it's not really the most exciting thing to replace in your home, but sometimes you just got to do it. And for September, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, if you tell them you know me and ask for the Dawn deal, they'll give you 55% off qualifying installations, 0% APR for 48 full months. That is plenty of time to pay off those windows and doors. And I'll tell you that Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville are the absolute best, the best to work with, the best people, family-oriented business. They've got lifetime warranties on all of their products. And then on top of it, they also back it up with a 10-year labor warranty, which is leading in the industry. Reach out to them. You can do it easily online or call them 615-249-1910. Ask for my girl Brittany. Schedule a free consultation. Tell them to give you the Dawn deal. It's PellaNashville.com.
HL 1045 The Zone. Join us as we broadcast live from Twin Peaks and Rivergate on Wednesday from 3 until 6 o'clock. Stop by and meet the 3HL crew. That's us. And enjoy some great food and drinks. For more information, visit 1045thezone.com/events. I ran into Martha. Martha was like at the pregame show. And Martha said...
Did Martha come with some baked goods?
She's like Team Mom Martha. No, not this time.
Oh, she's saving them for Wednesday then.
She said she is going to bring something Wednesday.
I know she is. That's my girl.
Anyway, she goes, see you Wednesday. And I go, where? And she goes, Twin Peaks, Rivergate. I'm like, oh, okay.
Like, where we going? Where's the game that day? Not at home? On the road?
I was like, man, I'm so behind.
Man, we all are, Euro.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. Man, there were so many Colts fans at that thing. But the one good thing I kept saying during the pregame show is going to be a lot of blue in the stands.
Yes. You're correct.
They said they're royal blue. By the way, the Doo-Doo Brown game, the Browns won.
Dude, wasn't that crazy?
They beat the Packers.
That was...
Listen, you never know what's going to happen in the NFL, man.
Sports is something else, dog.
They wore their all-brown uniforms, including the brown helmet. They usually wear orange. And so they were, ensconced in brown.
Doo-Doo Brown.
And Jeff said it was sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Yeah, that made it even better.
Was that a real thing? That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, no, it was.
That is so great. And then they beat the cheese.
Packers.
That's crazy. The Doo-Doo Brown beat the cheese.
That's
what makes you have Doo-Doo Brown.
Titanoscopy Monday. Presented by Dr. Jellyfinger. 615-737-1045. Johnny in the Borough. Johnny, what up?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. I appreciate you always taking my call, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm kind of on the other side of the fence to this because we weren't picked to win the Super Bowl. We're like in the bottom five. We have a second-year coach. We have a lot of inexperienced things that are going on. I agree with what you said earlier, though. I'm all in on number one. I think he's going to be talented. We just got to keep building around that. But we have a lot of RCs, and what RCs are recliner coaches in Tennessee. These people think it's this. I don't see what they see on Sundays. So I don't agree with the time management. That's cost us some points.
Yep.
But one quick thing I do want to, and I always end on something funny to say to Slay, but I kind of want to get sentimental with you guys. I've gone through some rough times last few weeks, and I love getting on 104.5 and in the days because you guys always change my day around. I appreciate y'all's positivity. Keep going, guys. Tighten up, and as always, Slay, go Balls, baby.
You better believe it.
Johnny, you're a blessing to this world, man.
Yeah, absolutely, dog.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. Couple of positives.
Shoot, Yor.
The Titans forced the Colts into their first punt of the season after 19 possessions and 16 scores. That's true. That happened. The Titans gave up a season-low 4 sacks. Tyler Lockett had twice as many catches against the Colts as he had coming into the game.
There we go. Start sitting down in them little pockets.
Ellick scored again. And the Titans were 2 for 2 in the red zone.
Way to go. We just got to get there. If we can get a little navigational system to get there, we'll be all right.
You think they could use Waze? Waze will get them into the red zone?
It gets you past the roadblocks.
615-737-1045. What did Brian Callahan have to say about the booing? So right before halftime.
See, I missed this. I want to hear this.
And this came right after the blunder of delay of game after 2 timeouts. Like, I still don't know how that happens. Like, make a decision. Go for it. Don't go for it. And also go for it. What are you going to lose? But, just make a decision and do it.
Yeah.
So he does his halftime interview with CBS. So he goes in after the team does. So he's going in, and it's a crescendo of boos. So he was asked about that, and this is his message to the fans after getting booed.
Yeah, I think that they have every right to be frustrated. Trust me, there's nobody that's any more frustrated than I am where we're at, and I understand it, and we haven't won enough games, and that's the reaction you get when you don't win those games. But I very much believe in our ability as a coaching staff. I believe in our players. I think that we have a quarterback that has shown that he's going to be the kind of quarterback that you need in this league, and he continues to grow and get better every week. And we just got to find a way to play good enough football to go win a game, and a lot of those things go away. And you just got to win one. We can't win 6, and we can win 1 this week. And our focus is going to be to go try to win 1 game. And you win 1, then you try to go win 1 more. And that, to me, is the way you have to look at it. There is no other way for us. We operate in these week-to-week basis. But I believe in what we do and how we do it. I believe in myself. I believe in our players, and we're going to have to play a better brand of football. And when we got to get some things fixed and corrected, and we will. But I certainly understand the frustration. But again, there's nobody that puts. There's no amount of pressure anybody can put out from the outside on me that I'm already put on myself. To perform and do the job that I know I'm capable of doing, and thus far, don't have much to show for that. But I can guarantee you that we're working like crazy to get it fixed, and we'll do whatever is necessary to get there.
Don't doubt 1 second that they're not working hard. Don't doubt 1 second. But what you're not going to do, Yor, is go win games consistently with backups. You need them starters out there. I know they battling injuries and all that. I totally get all that. You got to have them out there, though.
I haven't had a chance to talk with you about that. So, Tavondre Sweat gets put on IR on Saturday. He said on Wednesday he was going to play on Sunday.
Yep.
Re-aggravated the ankle on Thursday, I guess, and now he's going to miss at least 4 games.
Yeah.
That's a big piece to be without.
Huge.
Literally, figuratively, all the ifs.
The guys that you were counting on to help turn the tide for the Titans are not there. J.C. Latham's not there. Tavondre Sweat's not there.
And when you already are suffering from a bad roster, I get it. Like, being without those guys affects you and how you can play and wins and losses and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, you have an owner that fired a coach after a playoff win. At some point, she's going to be like, okay, I'm tired of 3-17 or whatever it is. You know?
Yeah. And you know, the wildest part to me, though, Yoro, is this may not be popular, but you fire Callahan, then what?
Then what? Is it Bones Fossil, interim coach?
They're interim for a reason, too.
That'd be my pick.
Because you can't hire a full-time coach like in the middle of the season. You got to do that in the offseason. And here's the other thing. You hire a new coach, you're bringing in a new coach in a lame duck stadium.
And a new voice. And a new voice that I'm not used to.
Right.
Why am I getting used to it? I'm telling you, I'm picking up my phone. My David Lee was my agent. Dave, hey, man.
Not the David Lee that played at Florida?
No. That would have been weird. David Lee out of New York. Dave.
Was he the guy that was dating the Playboy Playmate? And then all the Tennessee fans put up pictures?
That was
Bonner? Was it Bonner?
No, that was Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh. It was Matt Walsh. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, they couldn't get in the student section quick enough to get all those pictures
so good.
out of there.
It's so good. Yeah.
Sorry, I sidetracked you.
No,
David Lee, your agent.
Yeah, no, I'm just telling him, Dave, hey, man, you may want to start reaching out. Things are crumbling. I don't know if you're seeing it down here, but things are getting a little iffy. Just saying. They need to get Big Jeff one more extension. Try to keep him.
What was that story? They gave him a game check?
Yeah.
I'm not even mentioning that.
It was in his last contract, they didn't account for the 17th game, quote unquote. And they were like,
that story was weird.
They were like, hey, here's, was it $600,000?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not laughing at it. I just was like, this isn't like some extension story. This is like, oh, here's a game check.
Or, hey, shush, I'm sorry we suck.
I mean, there are a lot of reasons. And honestly, if y'all were Brian Callahan, what would you say? Like, you would say what he just said.
You have to. Like that.
I mean,
because the other part of it, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Like, we working hard please don't think we trying to go out here and lose.
He cannot give any attention
to anything that's going on.
Anything that's being said.
You're right.
He's trying to beat Houston. That's all he's worried about right now.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Both teams are 0-3. And you're going back to the owner's hometown?
Yeah, buddy.
And I'm telling you, those games in Houston mean something.
They matter.
To that organization. 615-737-1045. 4 o'clock hour coming up at 4:20. Mike Keith, the voice of the Vols, will chat with us. He was honored yesterday. That was a really cool scene at halftime. Mike Keith joins us at 4:20. 615-737-1045.
What's happening? It's that time. Yep. The weather is getting a little iffy out there. You're starting to wonder, like, what do I need to do with my thermostat? Do I turn it up? Do I turn it down? What if it just clunks out? Well, one person you need to have online is springhillac.com. You need to get Spring Hill Heating and Cooling on the job fast. Matter of fact, get them before it even starts to happen. They are the heating and cooling company that can take care of all your HVAC needs, and they don't mess around. The fam comes out, and I say the fam because that's what they are, family-owned and operated. Kevin and the family opened the doors back in 2011 and have been rolling ever since. Everybody has a place. Everybody has a role, and they want you to take advantage of it. They got heating and they got Spring Hill Heating and Cooling offering 72-month no interest financing with approved credit. And you also get second opinions free. So you can ask somebody else. You don't believe them? Get the second opinion. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling not going to leave you alone. They're not going to lead you wrong. And Big Slay said so. So you know you can trust that. Take it to the bank. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com.
Looking for office space that matches the level of your business? eSpaces just opened 2 more locations, one in Cool Springs, one in Brentwood. That gives them 15 locations, one near you. You can check them out online. eSpaces.com is the website. That's eSpaces.com. Designed for professionals, teams, and entrepreneurs, eSpaces offers private offices, meeting rooms, and team suites and beautifully designed move-in ready spaces with 24/7 access and monthly flexibility. Discover why more businesses are choosing eSpaces. Explore all 15 locations at eSpaces.com. That's eSpaces.com. Again, designed for entrepreneurs, teams, and established professionals. Featuring private offices, team suites, meeting rooms that are fully equipped, 24/7 access, flexible terms, beautiful professional spaces that are move-in ready. Whether you're scaling up or just getting started, eSpaces provides flexibility without compromise. Want to check it out? You can. Tours available now, eSpaces.com. That's eSpaces.com.
Good afternoon. It's 4:04. I'm Joe Spinano live from the Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs Studios. Titans head coach Brian Callahan met with the media today following the Colts loss on Sunday, and he was asked if he'd consider giving up play calling following the Titans' 0-3 start.
Everything's under evaluation right now at 0-3. Certainly, it's all part of it. That's players in their roles. That's everything. I mean, we got to find a way to put ourselves in position to win a game, so we're evaluating everything.
Week 3 of the NFL season wraps up with the Ravens and Lions on Monday Night Football tonight. Kickoff is at 7:20. You can catch Westwood One call the game right here on the Zone starting at 7. The major college basketball news coming out of Auburn today. Bruce Pearl has retired as head coach, and his son Stephen Pearl has taken over as head coach and signed a 5-year contract extension with the program. In college football news today, the 3 annual opponents for SEC teams over the next 4 years has been released. The Vols will play Alabama, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky, while Vandy will play Tennessee, Auburn, and Mississippi State. The full 2026 schedule for the SEC will come out tomorrow. For your foundation repair, want to needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three Top 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. A little rainy out there, but we're all here having a good time.
That's right.
Despite the topics. We will always have a good time on this show. Wow. Dawn Davenport will be back on Wednesday. She is on assignment. Zeph is here. He's the executive producer of 3
What's up?
What up, Zephyr?
Slay Dog is here.
I'm in the building. Building.
Going to get back to the Titanoscopy presented by Dr. Jellyfinger coming up. Moon River. Chris Lowe will join us at 5:20, and we'll talk with him about this topic. But want to get your take, because you've said this for a long time. When Bruce Pearl exits, the idea would be for Stephen Pearl to take over, and that's what happened today. Bruce Pearl retiring as basketball coach at Auburn. Stephen Pearl, multi-year deal, reportedly.
That is, man. Like, they put out a and I thought this was dope by Auburn, put out a Instagram video, social media video of him thanking Auburn and the family, and then bringing in their family of the Pearls, and everybody exiting, and him passing the ball to Stephen Pearl, and Stephen Pearl coming and taking the seat of his dad, and his dad standing over his shoulder. So I thought that was really dope. It was kind of reminded me of The Godfather. You know, I always go back to that. So
yeah,
that was pretty cool. But I think, man, in this situation, this was something that was inevitable if you wanted to set your son up for success to have a major D1 job, because anybody else probably more than likely would have had to go through the ranks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And had to pay your dues to get back to that point. You watched it in a guy who was, air quotations, like his son, and Todd Golden with the Florida Gators. He had to go to San Francisco, then win there, show that he can win multiple years, and then have an opportunity to get the Florida Gators job. And you see what that turned into in a matter of about 5 years, maybe less than that. I think maybe 4 years, getting a national championship. But young guys don't get that opportunity. I'm 44, and I know Lil Pearl, Stephen was behind me, so he got to be like 38, 39. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a job being passed down. So he'll stay in analyst mode for Auburn, ambassador mode. So talking about Bruce Pearl to kind of help him along. But it's going to be interesting to see how the response is from the players, what the coaching staff is, not only this year, but more so moving forward, because then Stephen will be able to put his fingerprint on it, on the coaching staff, and kind of get his guys. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But, man, it could be a tough year.
Yeah.
Could be a tough year. I thought maybe they finished with Bruce Pearl at the helm, maybe 4th, 5th in the league. Now with Stephen there, I think maybe 6th, 7th, somewhere around there, because he still got plenty of talent, but it's all about the response, man. But Stephen, he's been around. He's been around. He's watched his dad do it. He's been right there by
front to rear.
Yeah, on his hip pocket. He's done tremendous job doing the defensive part of their practices and in their games, making adjustments. So he's got experience. He just don't have experience in that main seat when you're standing. And more so, what would the respect be like in the SEC when you got guys like Chris Beard, who's been to a Final Four, Todd Golden been to a Final Four, Rick Barnes, who hasn't, but you know what his resume is. Calipari, Dennis Gates. Like, you got all veteran guys in that seat, so we'll see.
Well, and the thought was that Bruce Pearl would run for office. He said today that he is not running for Senate, that he will be, what did he say, mayor of Auburn or something?
Yeah, I think he may run for governor of Alabama.
Yeah, something's
Just
coming.
saying, yeah.
Something's coming. Despite what he said. 615-737-1045. A couple of college football notes. Indiana with a 63-10 drubbing of Illinois. Told y'all last week about how flawed I thought Illinois was. Todd Furman said despite the top 10 ranking for the Illini, he had them outside his top 30 if you listened on Wednesday. So that outcome, 53, surprising. The fact that Indiana handled Illinois not. They smashed them. Hoosiers favored by 7 against Iowa, and that's interesting because maybe Vegas hasn't caught up to Indiana. That might be more about what Indiana is as opposed to what Illinois is not, but it's obviously a combination of both.
You know what I don't understand, though? Like, why does everybody believe in Bielema for Illinois?
I know the Vegas. I kept telling y'all the Vegas guys are out on them.
No, but
since the offseason, I don't know.
You listen to game day, like Saban and all them said, man, they gonna trounce Indiana.
Yeah,
They're gonna make a statement.
Coaches
like,
love him. Yes,
dude, that
That's
ain't.
right.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Miami pushed around Florida, taking the life out of the Gators. Gators are 1-3 for the first time since 1986.
Mm-hmm.
Florida had 61 yards passing, 80 yards rushing. Gators trailed 13-0 at halftime. They had 22 yards of total offense. Florida has a bye, then number 10 Texas, at number 9 Texas A&M, Mississippi State, top 5 Georgia, at Kentucky, at 13 Ole Miss, 15 Tennessee, number 8 Florida State. It's going to get tough.
Yeah.
For the Gators. Clemson, 1-3.
Hey, man.
They were a minus 850 money line favorite against Syracuse. They were favored by, 15.5, something like that. Huge favorites. They never led against Syracuse.
Wire to wire.
Even the game they won against Troy, they trailed 16-0.
Dog.
They won the ACC last year.
Yeah, they did. And brought back some dogs. CeeLo talked about what they have coming up front.
Yep. Their season win total in the offseason, 10.5. That's already done. Already done.
Under.
Yeah.
Take the under.
Local. Austin Peay lost 45-31 at Abilene Christian. The Governors are 2-2. They host Utah Tech Saturday at 1 o'clock in Clarksville if you're looking for something to do. Here's another option. 1-2 TSU hosts 3-0 and number 11 ranked Tennessee Tech Saturday at 3:30 at Nissan Stadium. Both teams were off this week. Tennessee Tech averaging 61 points per game. TSU won their opener. They've lost 2 in a row. That's going to be an interesting game. By the way, for Abilene Christian, I like this guy because of his name, but their quarterback threw for 4 touchdowns and ran for 2 more. He had 6 touchdowns. His name is Stone Earl.
Man, that's hell. That's hella like that. I like that.
MTSU 1-3 after losing 42-28 Saturday in Murfreesboro to Marshall. Blue Raiders quarterback Nick Vadiato, I love watching that kid play, was 19-32, 299 through the air, 2 touchdowns. He ran for another score, but Marshall proved to be too much. MTSU plays at Kennesaw State Saturday at 5. And Western Kentucky's 3-1 after taking down Nevada 31-16 Saturday. Hilltoppers play at Missouri State on Saturday. We'll get to some SEC stuff a little bit later, but phone lines are lit. Your reaction to the Titans going down again. 3-17, the head coach's record. 615-737-1045. Zach in West Nashville. Zach, what's up?
Hey, guys. The word for me, I heard from the early morning show with Will and Ramon, it was like dude was talking about Coach Callahan being a bait, and I was like, that's not fair. But, I mean, at a certain point, I mean, where do you draw the line where apathy just comes into the line? It's like, well, I mean, people are booing him and they're doing all this stuff, whatever, but at least that means that the team's, everybody cares still. So I just want to get y'all's.
Oh, yeah, of course they care.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Michael Pittman had some things to say after the game that we'll play for you here in a second that brings that into question. But, again, opposing player saying stuff after a game against a rival.
Yeah. It could be what did you see. I mean, but I will say to his point, like this didn't happen. We keep talking about how this didn't happen overnight. Like Vrabel was losing too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So all of this is, I mean, it's a culmination of all of this. This isn't just not about just this season. It's about last season, how terrible they were. It was about the season before that, how terrible it was. And each season continues, even though it's supposed to be a new season, continues spilling over into the next. So it's a problem.
Yeah, and
he's at the head of it.
You can talk about, and all of these things sound like excuses, and they're not. They're reasons. But, when your roster is not good compared to the other rosters in the league, and then you're missing J.C. Latham, you're missing Tavondre Sweat, you're missing all these guys, you can't afford that.
Yep.
Now, the biggest problem I think Callahan has are these coaching blunders.
Yeah.
Not challenging because you don't know the rule. Not running the ball 3 times and taking a 3-point lead into halftime at Denver.
That's not helping them.
Getting a delay of game after 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
These are the big things that an owner can point back to and be like, look, man.
You ain't giving me nothing to work with.
Right?
Yeah, I got to make this decision.
615-737-1045. Let's go to Shane in the borough next up. Shane, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Just wanted to kind of do the over-under for the next 6 games. Do you think Callie loses his job if they only go 1 out of 6, or if they go 3 out of 6, he keeps it for the remainder of the season? And the other thing is I think we're good with GM Berganzi. I think he's put some people in place this year. We got potential 6 people that are going to be playing on the field. The other thing is who's the future coach? Mario Cristobal out of Miami?
No.
Would be a dream.
Lord. Really? That's the guy you want?
I want somebody with swag. If we don't get him, let's get the Iowa coach.
The thought around the college football world is that Miami's winning despite Mario Cristobal. But, yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. 615-737-1045. Thank you, Shane. In terms of what will it take for him to be fired, like, I don't even know how to go down that path. I don't know. The unfortunate thing for Brian Callahan is that he's got an owner that fired a coach after a playoff win. So, who knows? And I will say this. Like you said earlier, don't go down to Houston in her hometown and get embarrassed.
Please don't. That won't bode well.
But in terms of the next 6, like, what does he have to do? I have no idea.
Yeah.
And ultimately, none of us do. This is her decision.
I mean, it could be 1-point losses. And if it don't come down to coaches, it's about personnel. I think that's why you got a pass last year. I mean, that's why Vrabel got a pass, because so many people were hurt until it wasn't enough. And it was like, all right, dude, we got to move on.
615-737-1045. When we come back, we'll visit with Mike Keith, the voice of the Vols. That's next. 3HL 1045, The Zone. Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether it's a new car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, or new to you, pre-owned car, truck, SUV, Jeep. They've got you covered. Check them out online, GoUptonMotors.com. That's where you'll find all the dealership information, address, phone number, directions, deals they have going on, such as these, 1.9% at 72 months, or 10% off MSRP on 2025 Ram 1500s, Jeep Grand Cherokee loyalty dollars. Ask about those. Extra $2,000 bonus cash on select new Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram vehicles. Over 120 new vehicles in stock. Crazy lease specials on Jeep Wranglers and Jeep Gladiators. Again, you can check out the deals for September online. GuptonMotors.com is where you can go to get that done. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just tell Daniel Gupton and his crew what you're looking for. They'll point you in the right direction. Take your test drive. Go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it will be that easy. Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, again, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com. Acknowledgement with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Acknowledgement with your family, your friends, your colleagues, with the fans. That was something just from our perspective, and I know it had to mean a lot to you.
It did. Thank you very much. And the Titans went out of their way to put on the dog for me and for my family and friends. We had a wonderful time. Had the opportunity to visit with a lot of great people that I worked with in the organization that I loved very much. And the fans did what they always did for me, and they were just incredibly kind and supportive. And I wanted to use it as kind of my opportunity to just say thank you to them. When I finished reading the speech after I'd written it, I thought, okay, this is really corny. And so it was at that point that I knew I'd probably gotten the tone right, because I just felt real strongly that I just, I got the job when I was 30, and there were a lot of people, myself included, who were very surprised. And people were just always great to me about everything. They accepted me in the role very quickly and were just incredibly kind. And I just remember a lot of those days just thinking, I am so lucky that people just decided that I should do this, because, the public, for what you guys do, or, what I do, or what our friends on television do, or anything in these situations, they ultimately make the decision. You could do the greatest broadcast in the history of mankind, and if nobody listens or watches, it doesn't make any difference.
That's so true.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
The public always decides. And it's not, 7 comments from this, place or that place. It's a whole thing. It's a lot of people. It's people you don't ever hear from. It's people, in many cases, you never meet. But they just say, hey, we're comfortable with this person doing our morning radio show, or waking us up in the morning on TV, or we really enjoyed this podcast, or whatever. And the other aspect that goes with it, too, is they've got to take care of your sponsors. Yeah. If they're not going into Two Rivers Ford and Volunteer Traditions and saying, hey, I buy my Ford here, or I buy my Tennessee stuff here because you advertise on 104.5 The Zone, then that's the same thing too. So it's a whole thing that sounds incredibly old-fashioned, but it's still a big deal. And at the heart of what yesterday was for me, in just trying to understand it, because, I didn't play ball after high school. So, I mean, they weren't going to put me in as an athlete, and I certainly didn't have enough money to be an owner, wasn't smart enough to be a coach. So for them to put me in, the reason is that people were kind enough to accept me as a connection, and that was part of their experience with the ball club. And I was just really appreciative of that. So yes, it was corny, but
definitely not that.
But when I read it, I just went back and I said, this is just what I want to say. Yeah. And people were great. They were wonderful. It was a tremendous day.
Mike Keith put into the Tennessee Titans Ring of Honor. You said connection. That is what I tell young people in the business. That's the most important thing. And it's not easy to find that skill, but you certainly had it. You had the passion, the energy, the storytelling ability. And I'm curious, how did you find out, and where were you? When did it happen?
Was when I talked to Amy Adams Strunk immediately after I announced I was taking the Tennessee job. They told me on January 9th. And that day was incredibly emotional. She and Kenneth Adams told me that I would immediately go in. And I mean, that was a day that was such a blur anyway, in so many different facets, that the process of how that would work never crossed my mind. It never crossed my mind that there would be a day where I'd get to bring my family and we'd go on the field. And I mean, that didn't register. It wasn't until Josh Corey called me and said, we'd like to have you at the Colts game, and we'd like to do this then, that it was kind of the aha moment about, oh, wow, they're really going to do this. And so they were just great in working out all the details. It was just such a tremendous thing for them to make it happen, because I had to come down yesterday morning, and then I had to go straight back right after the half because we were on the radio last night at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was going to be a quick turn, and they just made it so easy and so nice. They were so good to my mom and my brother. And I was really excited too, because my nephews got to come on the field. Ramon Foster's son, Miles, got to come on the field, and a cousin, and my niece got to come on the field. And I was thinking to myself, man, I'm 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever, and I get to go on the field at halftime of an NFL game,
yes.
And that's cool.
Yeah,
that's true. So everybody among family and friends got to have a really good experience that way, and I just cannot thank the Titans and Titans Radio enough for being as first class as they were with everything. It was very kind.
Well, I think the point that needs to be made by me and Slay as we talk with you about this is how incredible of a job everyone at Titans Radio has always done, no matter who was doing what job, how they were affiliated, how this thing was put together, because I've said it forever. You guys put on the best broadcast in the country. And it meant a lot and means a lot to everyone involved. So you, Pat Ryan, Frank Wycheck, Coach Mack, Larry Stone, Brad Willis, Philip Noel, Rhett Bryan, Amy Wells, Ramon Foster, Cody Allison, all these guys and gals, it means so much to them. And I think fans need to understand that, and hopefully they do, how much it means to you guys to have put on that product for them, to tell the Titans story to them as best you could.
Well, the thing that, and I appreciate you saying that, I really, really do, because that's always been the goal, whether it was draft coverage or, obviously the game day, the shows that we do during the course of the week, whatever it was, that was always the goal, was to put on the highest quality product we could. But the start of that, Brent, came from the fact that we were new in the state. When Larry and I started to work on those things, we understood that was going to be the connection for a lot of people who had never, and for a period of time or maybe ever, would make it to Nashville. And it needed to have something different where you felt like it could help your fandom, that maybe you didn't know everything about your division, or maybe you didn't know everything going on in the NFL, or maybe you didn't know everything about every draft pick possibility or trade, or what the rules are in certain areas, because it was new. We were a new NFL territory, much like, when people started moving west in the 1800s. I mean, it was new. It was new and different. And seeing it in that basic way, I think, was a huge help to us in terms of what we tried to put together, how we wanted to make it sound, what we wanted the information to be like, why we wanted our sideline guy or girl to operate the way that they did. And it's funny, you think about the sideline people and how seamlessly one followed the other and continued to fit into those roles, because they had listened and understood what we were looking to do. I mean, there was a philosophy and a thought behind it, because you want to add to the enjoyment of the listener. But at the same time, as we went out, and we drove all over the place. I mean, we put so many miles on cars, going all over the place, trying to recruit radio stations or speak to civic clubs, or, putting together Titans caravan stops or things of this sort. What we understood is that people were interested, but they just didn't know that much about it in some cases. But if you ask them to be interested, if you ask them to get attached, if you took Javon Kearse to Ripley, Tennessee, and you meet Ramon Foster, 12-year-old, 13-year-old Ramon Foster, it could potentially get him to be a fan for his whole life. And, that was always the thought process behind it that really drove it, is it was different than just putting together a broadcast, but it kind of filters through. And back to even what we're doing now is, Larry and I had traveled so much across the state and had spent so much time in so many different places that were, say, not close to Knoxville. And we'd met all these Tennessee fans. And I mean, people who go around with car flags, on their vehicles every day of the year, and they're 7 hours from Knoxville. Some of them will never get to Knoxville. Won't ever happen. And how do you bring the stadium and that experience to them? I think when you're thinking about things like that, I think it helps you, because it really keeps it simple as to what the idea is. With the Titans, it was a starting from the beginning. For what we're doing now, it's just reminding ourselves as we re-experience it again, what being at big-time college athletics is all about. I mean, we're just like, you get there 2 hours early and people are, I'm talking about in the stadium. You're in the booth and people are already in their seats and the band's starting to march forward. I mean, that's why we do this, man. I mean, yesterday at Nissan Stadium, the result wasn't great. Yeah, I get it. But man, you were at an NFL game in Nashville, Tennessee. What? We never thought that would happen back in the 70s or the 80s. And it's like, I even got that feeling as I'm watching them, warm up yesterday. I'm thinking, man, it is so cool to watch this happen. And then it's like the same feeling I've had being back in Neyland on a regular basis. The one time a year I would get to come back, all the other stuff meant so much to me, more than it ever had before. The ball walk and those sorts of things. Because we're all, at our base, we're all just fans. And if you're disappointed in your team right now, that's because you love them so much in those cases.
That's right. Mike, on the surface, switching to the Vols real quick. On the surface, tell me what we're missing. Under the surface. Because we see the consistency, you see the rhythm that Joey Aguilar is playing with, the receivers, the connection is being made. Defensively, guys are flying around the ball. What are we missing with this group that we didn't take into account at the beginning of this season as they get ready to walk into Mississippi State?
Ron, I think it's how complete Joey Aguilar is as a football player. We got into this on the broadcast a little bit the other day.
Yep.
The RPO is the run pass option, right? Well, back in the day that I was a young man, we ran the option in the wishbone. And as the option quarterback, your job was to stick the ball in the gut of the fullback and ride him through. And if nobody tackled him, you would leave the ball in there. If somebody started to hit him, you pulled the ball back and you went on an option play. And if the end was standing there, you pitched it. If the end wasn't standing there, you cut it up.
Right.
Well, so the RPO is an evolution of that.
Okay.
It's funny with Joey Aguilar. 99% of today's quarterbacks, when they run a, quote, RPO, there's no option. They're just sticking the ball out there and then pulling it back, and they're going to throw it. They don't put the ball in somebody's gut, ride it through, and if there's nobody there that they can see, leave it in there. Most of them don't. He does. Yeah. He actually runs an RPO on the play to Peyton Lewis, the option play. That was an option play. He went out, he optioned the end, he pitched the ball at the last second, and there was nobody home. Peyton Lewis goes 32 yards for a touchdown. Those things, I think, are such a big deal in his game because it takes all the options that the Vols have to run the offense, and it gives them everything. Because if they're telling him throw this route in this way or go here, he looks at both. He's following the instructions of what the quarterback is supposed to be because honestly, Joey is a fully formed quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a fully formed football player. He's not the guy who went to every camp and drops back and throws certain routes and does certain things because he was taught just footwork and this, that, and the other. I mean, all that's great and it's important, but he's as much a football player as he is a quarterback. And so you've got everything at your disposal. Yes, I mean, there have been a couple of fumbles when he's left the ball in somebody's gut too long. Mm-hmm. I get it. And yet what's really great about it with him, guys, is by being willing to – I mean, he's thrown so many routes. Yeah. He's run so many plays. They show so many different things. They can do a lot of things with him. And I think that's been the underlying secret. As they had changed the offense a lot, he's giving them the chance to take it even further off the changes because of what all he can do. No offense to Nico Iamaleava, he couldn't do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Again, the majority of today's quarterbacks can't because they really just don't have that feel. I think the feel of it is what Joey A is really all about. And, you know, I mean, I have no idea what it's going to be the rest of the way, but it's fun to watch him play ball.
It is. That's a good way to put it. Yep.
I mean, he's balling. You know, yes, he's playing ball, and the guys around him feel that too.
Swagular. I love it. Challenge.
Wow, that's pretty good. Did you come up with that?
Yeah, the internet came up with that, not me. So the challenge in the challenge in Starkville, Mike. You mentioned a couple weeks ago a little notch on the scoreboard. The game's at 3:15 and not at night, but. Mississippi State, a very good football team. Blake Shapen at quarterback. I love that they have a running back named Fluff. He went over 100 yards against Northern Illinois. Brennan Thompson is a kid at wide receiver who might be the fastest player in college football. We met him at SEC Media Days. He's a great story and a great dude. This is a good football team, Mike.
They are, and they're confident, and they look like they're having fun, and they run the ball. Chapin takes care of the ball, does a really good job for them. They've clearly upgraded their level of athlete, which was something that they needed to do. They're getting consistent quarterback play, as we mentioned. They're vastly improved on defense. But I think what really stands out to me is they're taking what Jeff Lebby wants and how he wants to play, and they're now doing that. You know, I saw them last year, as you guys did, when they played Tennessee, and the Vols beat them 33-14. That was a much closer game. Tennessee didn't put that game away for quite some time because State really liked to play. And they liked playing for Jeff Lebby. And I mean, you could tell, you're like, yeah, this is going to be a real pain next year. Did we think they would be the 4-0 pain? No. Did we think that this would be, you know, the matchup that it is? I don't think anybody thought that. But here's the challenge for Tennessee. You're walking into a situation with a team with a ton of belief. It's their biggest non-Ole Miss game in years. They're, a 7-8 point underdog, whatever it is. Well, that only adds to their feeling about how they're going to approach this game. That only sort of turns them loose even more. And you better understand, you're not only going to get their best punch, you're going to get a punch fast from them, and something's going to go wrong.
Right.
Just like it always does on the road in the SEC. Something's going to go wrong. Maybe with you, maybe not your fault, maybe weather, who knows? But you better be ready for all of it. And if for Tennessee, if you want to make good on the fact that we learned something from the Georgia game, we improved from the Georgia game, we got that something else had to happen for us to take that next step from the Georgia game. This is where you're going to start to show it. Not so much UAB. Glad they came out, ran them over, did their job super. This is an SEC game, and this is a real team that can get in the mix if they win this game. Teams with belief are terribly dangerous in any sport, and this is a team with belief right now. Tennessee has to go take that belief away and that's going to be a 4-quarter job.
Absolutely.
In a hostile environment. Mississippi State, by the way, receiving vote, they are ranked 27th. They're just outside the top 25. So it's going to be fun. You can catch all the Vol Network coverage right here on 104.5 The Zone. Congrats again, Mike. Love hearing your voice. Thanks for the conversation, and have a great call this weekend.
Thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Keith. Presented by Two Rivers Ford and Volunteer Traditions. One thing, if you're going to poke a hole or look for something that Tennessee might exploit, Mississippi State has a very difficult time stopping the run. Arizona State ran the ball 51 times for 251 yards against them. That might be a key as we move through the week. More Titans talk if you want in, 615-737-1045. Some SEC talk as well. Vandy did what we were asking them to do a couple weeks ago. They put 70 on the scoreboard. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. But no matter how things change in 5 years, there is one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. Xfinity, introducing a 5-year price guarantee. It means you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with their best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Well, life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Learn more. Xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees are extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report August 2024. Xfinity.com/deals.
We're just out at my friends Two Rivers Ford collecting some non-perishable food items to benefit Second Harvest Food Bank and the Mount Juliet Help Center to help feed those in need and those who need it the most in our communities. And it was awesome. We were filling up the Ford F-150 in the lobby. You guys are awesome. Brought in tons of stuff. But guess what? This is just the beginning of this campaign. This is how easy it is. Next time you're at the grocery store, pick up a couple of extra cans of food. Drop it by my friends at Two Rivers Ford. Throw it in the back of that F-150 displayed right up front. You can't miss it. And you have until the end of the month to do this. So anytime between now and September 30th, one of the reasons I love Two Rivers Ford, they are always giving back to our community. This is all a part of Ford Motor Company's Global Caring Month and the world's largest dealership food drive. So hop on in and get involved with Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ross Slay with you. Hope you're having a great Monday.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be?
Auburn got screwed big time at Oklahoma.
Hey, dog, I ain't with blaming it on the refs. You got an opportunity to go out there and do it. But this right here, this was officiating. The pass interference call.
Well, when you lose by 7?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
And a touchdown should have been a 15-yard penalty.
Yep. And you should have had a touchdown.
You're likely not scoring that. Yeah, on the fumble.
No, when they pass interfered on
pass interfered, yep.
Yeah, like they grabbed him. The referee was getting out the way, but
and that dude is so
dog,
good.
Where his buddies at?
The other part about that game is a lot of people had it at 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
And Auburn was down 5 and then took the safety to put it at 7.
Man, R. Mason Thomas is a monster.
I had 7.5 luckily, but
that dude got defensive player of the week and only played a half.
That's like, I was just telling somebody this story the other day. Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the most iconic acting performances ever, right? Yeah. He wins Best Supporting Actor Academy Award. He was in 4 scenes.
That's tough.
That's kind of what you explaining that kind of reminds me of. Yeah. You can make an impact.
You absolutely can.
No matter, hey, just make the most of the time you're given.
He sealed the deal.
Vandy got their 70. They beat Georgia State in front of a sellout crowd.
Beautiful.
They sold out Georgia State. Blair Durham in the chat said, I've never seen that in my lifetime, that they would sell out a game like that. I remember they were 5-0 playing MTSU, trying to get to a bowl game for the first time in like 20 years, and they didn't sell out.
Yeah.
And they ended up losing that game. But
the buzz is there, baby.
It is, man. 70 points. Check this out, Slay. The 70 points are the most points Vanderbilt has scored in a game since beating Tennessee 76-0 in November of 1918.
Damn, who we have playing?
My great-grandfather hired General Neyland and told him even the score of Vandy. Vandy was rolling back then. They're rolling now. Vandy's won 7 straight home games against non-conference opponents. They have Utah State coming up this weekend. Diego Pavia, 18-24, 245 through the air. He also had 86 yards rushing, a touchdown passing, a touchdown rushing, 331 total yards and 2 touchdowns. Vandy Slay ran the ball for 287 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's how you deliver. That's how you deliver, baby. That's all I've been asking, man. Man, bury their head in the sand. That's what you do.
Jael, MTSU got beat by Marshall. Yes, we already covered all of the local teams earlier. But, yeah, they did. That was not a good loss. By the way, Tennessee, I mentioned the running backs. Peyton Lewis, Deshaun Bishop, Star Thomas, 29 for 191 and 4 touchdowns. That wide receiver core?
Serious.
Chris Brazel, 5 for 62 and a touchdown. Mike Matthews, 3 for 53 and a touchdown. Braylon Staley, 3 for 50.
Dog, the confidence that he has in throwing the ball to these guys and the confidence that they got that the ball's coming to them.
It was a snap of a finger.
Yeah.
Went from like no production and everybody worried to every game these guys are going to produce.
It's on. And shout out to Boo Carter, man. Like
9 tackles, a sack, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 forced fumbles.
On the same play. No, not the same play. In the same series.
Should have probably called it for a fair catch once.
But that's
he's trying to make plays.
Yeah, that's what you get when you get they ain't got all these screws back there, guys doing punt return.
Somebody's band's going to be playing.
Yeah, nah, you better absolutely believe it.
We do have all the point spreads coming up for some of the big games, and we'll hit on that in just a little bit. But phone lines are loaded. Titans fall 41-20 to Indianapolis, and, man, not good. Mm-hmm. Again, delay a game coming off 2 timeouts. That's a tough one.
Right. That's hard. It's hard to overlook, yo.
It's hard to overlook that. Daniel Jones was great. Tyler Warren, they actually did an okay job on Tyler Warren.
Yeah, with his injury.
Yeah, that's true. Cam Ward, 23 of 38, 219, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Tony Pollard, 16 for 45 and a touchdown. Chig, 5 for 66. Alec Eilmaner, 4 for 38 and a touchdown. Calvin Ridley caught 1 ball. 615-737-1045. We'll go to the phones when we come back. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Speaking of Blair Durham, I want to tell you about our friends at Bart Durham Injury Law. We call them BDIL, and these guys are here for you. Got an important message from our good friends at Bart Durham Injury Law. The number 615-242-9000. The message, some lawyers chase ambulances. They'll do anything to get your attention, but not Blair Durham and his team. Listen, if someone, law affiliate, calls you after a wreck, they are breaking the law. That's right. There are lawyers breaking the law. Marine veteran Blair and the team at Bart Durham Injury Law do not play those games. When you make the call, they answer. They're local, trusted, and ready to fight for you. No gimmicks, just a team that's on your side from the start. Remember Blair's number, 615-242-9000. That's 615-242-9000. If you or someone you love is ever in a wreck, again, get the number into your phone so you know what to do when the time arises. 615-242-9000. Local, trusted, ready to fight for you. 615-242-9000.
Guys, about Zero Res. Get insanely clean carpets from Zero Res. And right now, they got an awesome September special going on. You know what? It's crazy. I just had one of my neighbors reach out on the Facebook page, on the neighborhood page, and say, hey, I need somewhere that doesn't have harsh chemicals. I said, I got you. It's Zero Res. Right now, 3 rooms of carpet clean for $139 plus a hallway, or $129 for 2 rooms and stairs cleaned. How about that? Here's your phone number, 615-535-9376. No harsh chemicals. They clean with special water. Book online at Zero Res, that's a Z, ZeroResNashville.com.
Good afternoon. It is 5:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from the Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs studios. And tonight, week 3 of the NFL wraps up with Monday Night Football as the Ravens and Detroit Lions square off. Kickoff for that one is at 7:20. You can catch Westwood One call of the game right here on the Zone starting at 7 o'clock. In college basketball news today, Bruce Pearl is expected to retire as did retire as head coach of Auburn, and his son, Stephen Pearl, has taken over and been given a 5-year contract extension by the program. In college football news today, the 3 annual opponents for SEC teams over the next 4 years has been released. The Vols will play Alabama, Vanderbilt, Kentucky. Vandy will play Tennessee, Auburn, and Mississippi State. The full 2026 SEC schedule will be released tomorrow night. In other college football news, the ACC has announced that it will do the same as the SEC and move to a 9-conference game schedule with at least one non-conference game having to be against a Power 4 team. So we will see how that one shakes out as well. For your foundation repair, whatever needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Bring news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Tell 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you. Hope you're having a great Monday. Dawn Davenport is on assignment. She will be back on Wednesday. Executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
And Slade Dog is here.
I'm in the building.
Detroit at Baltimore. Ravens favored by 4.5 tonight, 7:15, ABC, ESPN. What do you think, Slade Dog?
Oh, I'm riding Baltimore to cover all day long. I'm going to put a little 4-leg parlay together for this right here. I will say I'm going under on Derrick Henry, rushing yards.
Oh.
Just because I feel like, man, what's my guy's name? The coach with Detroit?
Dan Campbell.
I figure he can take something away. Like, you got to take something away. And I'm not going to let Derrick Henry beat me.
It is a Titanoscopy, as Slay called it earlier.
Absolutely, that's what it is, Yor.
Presented by Dr. Jellyfinger. Is that a good sponsor, or should we branch it out a little bit?
No, I think that's the only sponsor.
A lot of people weighing in today. Obviously, Brian Callahan now 3-17 as a head coach. Titans lose again this time, 41-20 at home to the Colts. The Titans had no sacks, no tackles for a loss. They haven't won at Nissan Stadium since beating New England on November 3rd, 20-17 in overtime. November 3rd last year, obviously. They don't play again at home until they play New England on October 19th. They've got 3 straight road games.
It don't get easy on the road, especially in the NFL. But maybe, guess what? Maybe they get away from home and can come together.
They don't play at home again until October 19th. That will be 11 and a half months since their last home win.
Goodness gracious.
There are only 6 teams that are 0-3, the Titans, Jets, Dolphins, Texans, Giants, and Saints. That's where you are. 615-737-1045 if you want in. Still need to work through some of the SEC notes in this hour, which we will do. Chris Lowe coming up at 5:20. The Titans ran 12 more plays than the Colts, yet they had 83 fewer yards.
See. This ain't supposed to be comical, Yor.
Well, I just see.
But it is. No, yeah. But it is.
Titans were 5 of 14 on third down. That's 35.7%. Yards per play. Indianapolis, 6.9 yards per play. Titans, 4.3.
Like what?
From Nick Suss in 2024, as the Titans stumbled to an 0-3 start, Will Levis and company were outgained by 10 yards in those 3 games. In 2025, the Titans have been outgained by 454 yards.
Got to be more careful.
615-737-1045. Michael Pittman Jr. for the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a problem for a while.
Talk to me now.
He 6 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Check out what he said to Jeremy K. Gover after the game.
When you hear the crowd turn on the home team like that, just in general, not necessarily here specifically, is there a blood in the water type mentality for you guys? I mean, every team, every coach, they're all looking for any kind of advantage they can get. I would think that'd be one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of seen it on the pregame intros. They kind of looked a little sluggish. They're kind of walking around, and nobody was really bouncing. And right then and there, like, we all sat there and we're like, they don't want to play today. And I think that's how we found our edge today. Is just mentally we thought that we wanted to play more than they did.
Yeah, that ain't gonna get it.
What's the takeaway from that? Number one, that's a player after a game talking about a team they just waxed. So is he just talking, or did they really have a conversation before the game? Like, hey man, look at these guys over here. They don't want any of this.
No, I think that's just the flow of the game. Like you come out to warm up and you always look down to see what your opponent is doing, what they look like. So if I relate it to basketball, you watch them, you kind of glance over in the warm-up line, see what they're doing, like, and you can always put your boo game in, your boo game being, punking a team in warm-ups. Like, you can do that. Like, talk your trash, or you can get another team fired up. Apparently, that's not what was happening. I guess everybody was going through the motion. And it also depends who was out there at the time, who was he looking at. But he said it was during starting lineups, them coming out the tunnel. So as an opponent, you can sense when someone's lethargic and they just out there just to be there.
You could.
You know what I'm saying?
Pre-game?
I don't know.
But when you were playing, you could feel that.
Absolutely, and I'm on attack. It's on. Like, dog, come on, just go and get it to us, dog. Y'all don't want to go through this. Like, let's get this over with. I promise you, we're going to make it easy on you. Like, we can get you right out of the way. Don't even trip. So to hear, was it Roger McCreary?
McCreary and Snead is what I think you're referencing.
Yeah, echo the same thing, and them not know this was before it came out. Like, that ain't good. So it's some truth to everything. Maybe the house wasn't on fire, but it was definitely some smoke there. So.
Lumpers Elite, body language is real. If you listen to 3HL, you hear me and Slay and Babs talk about the importance of body language.
Absolutely.
Body language. I sat behind Bruce Pearl's bench one time. He was coaching Tennessee, and they were playing here. I forget who they were playing. I think Dane Bradshaw was playing. He went off. And anyway, Bruce spent the entire second half talking about body language.
Yeah.
And how important it is.
Yeah,
to the guys on the bench.
It's huge. Because it's that right there is contagious. That's why they always say, man, if you go to a practice, I don't care if it's football, basketball, whatever it may be, if somebody's messing up the practice, you put them out of practice because you don't want to spoil everybody else. You don't want to mess up the groove or the aura or the energy of everybody else. You coming in, that's why people sit out also, not to get hurt for one, but contract negotiations and things like that, they just want to be around their team. You know what I mean? That's why they're not away from the facility-wise going on. A lot of them say, all right, I'm going to come there. I'm going to be around my guys to let them know I want to be there for them, morale and everything. When I come back, it's easy to get back involved, but that ain't it, man. You never want to be associated with that. And if I'm the captain of this team, I'm taking this personal. And regardless if it was what it was or it wasn't, the optics of it, especially when you're losing, if you're going to bat for your coach and fight for your coach, and that's your guy, that's who you around, that's what we putting out there. That's the perception we want everybody. We won't even give them an opportunity to say that. That's a problem.
Because you can control that.
Come on, man. I'm the captain. This is on me. This is a reflection of me. So I'm running out. I'm leading this group. If everybody behind me lethargic and not ready to roll, that's on me. That's on me. And something got to change. Either me or them. I don't know who that's up to, but somebody got to go.
Brian Callahan talked about Michael Pittman Jr.'s comments and some of the Titans players saying that they came out flat.
When you win a game and you win it the way they did, you can kind of say whatever you want. I think if you watch the way the team played, that certainly wasn't the case by any stretch. We played hard and we fought in that game, and we didn't play well enough to win it, but it certainly wasn't. I don't think that's an accurate depiction. But again, when you don't win, you don't. That's just the way it goes. You can say what you want.
Two of your players did say they were flat, though. That the team was flat.
I didn't see all that. I can't comment on it.
Yeah, it was best, even if he did see all that, not to comment on it.
I have no problem with what Callahan said about any of that.
Not at all. But to those players like Snead and Roger McCreary, if you saw that, why didn't you get a hold of it though?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? One is a Super Bowl winner, the other one is aspirations is in a contract year. So what are we doing? What we do? Now, y'all not finna, man. Listen, I done been a part of teams, dog, and I'm okay with being the bad guy. It's all right. Somebody might need that fire starter, dog. It's all right to get in somebody's ass. That's what it is. Like, you're not gonna do that, dog, and my well-being is on the line. We at home. Whatever happens in the course of the game, that's different. Play calling, somebody get injured, emotionally you get out of it. It starts to seep back in your mind that you're going to lose. Not from the start.
But
it's 0-0.
When all of that starts to affect me,
yeah,
that's when you got. Yeah, and you say get in their ass. Yeah, because you care.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, man. We are practicing in the heat. We're doing all this, dog, for us to go out on the most celebrated day in all of sports. If you're playing football, it's Sunday, game day.
And you get 17 opportunities. Maybe.
Like, what? Everybody, you got out, you got up this morning. You didn't come to practice in your sweats. You didn't come to the game in your sweats. You didn't drive your regular day-to-day car to the field. You didn't do none of that. You pulled out your nice digs. You came in a suit probably or whatever you spent some good money on. You made sure your hair was cut. You look good. You smell good. You drive your nice car because you want to pull up. You want to feel good, look good, play good. All that.
Yep.
And you walking in, you got your chest out. Like, yeah, y'all see me. And then you go out there on the field where everybody see you. And you don't. Nah, man. I can't be a part of that.
I love it. 615-737-1045. Matt in Shelbyville. Matt, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? First thing, I think people forgot that the Tennessee Titans had the number 1 draft pick last year.
Yep.
And they won 3 games.
Yep.
So this wasn't going to change any, especially with there's so many turnover on the roster. Which brings me to the second point is I got here since 2010. The wrong coach has been for the Tennessee Titans for the 15 years. I've been here. Third point. You're getting a new stadium next year. You're not going to be selling a ticket for that stadium because that ticket is going to be expensive.
Well, they've already sold 70% of the building. So, I mean, I get it, Matt. Thank you for the time. But that little narrative is not right about the ticket sales.
I'll say this too, Yor. Like, to his point about
in the new building.
Yeah.
I should
them saying, they won 3 games, they got the number 1 overall pick. Listen, the picture wasn't painted like this team was going to the playoffs.
No, the over-under win total was 5.5.
Dude, we were saying
it's how it's happening.
That's it. We said coming into it, dog, if they can get 6 wins, whoo, that's a hell of a turnaround right there. And you on your way. You just doubled your wins from the year before. That's the ceiling. That was 6 wins was the ceiling. Like,
you know what they have to do to get 6 wins now? 6 and 8.
Yeah.
With 3 road games coming up. Yeah. Listen, they are a 6.5-point underdog to an 0-3 team.
Yeah.
615-737-1045. Let's get Mike in Old Hickory. Mike, you were positive last week. What's going on, man?
I was very positive only because there's got to be some kind of positivity going on, and that's what I was hoping.
Yeah, I like it when you're the prince of positivity. I like that.
Well, and I thought, you know what, the locker room and the fans and it's so negative around here now that I thought that at least the locker room will. Hey, we're playing Indianapolis. We got to beat them. They're in conference. We've got to beat them, and we didn't, and we failed even further. And the problem now is that, now more people are calling up, fire, fire, fire. But here, and now we're going to the birthplace of the Tennessee Titans, Houston. That's where it all started, where we came here from there, owned by the Adams family. And they had a dome stadium
even way back then. And what I'm saying now is that Amy Adams is so concentrated on building this dome stadium, she's forgetting the overall picture. And I'm still going to stick with Cam Ward. I think that kid is doing pretty good. He's doing a little better each week, but he's not being supported by enough players and enough coaching staff. And if they fire Callahan now and then replace him with another offensive coordinator or whatever, you guys are the experts in that. That's going to kill the kid. And I don't want to see that, because I really do see really good stuff coming from Cam Ward. But we're going to lose next week. And you know why I said that? Because then we're going to win, because every prediction I made is wrong.
I love it, Mike.
So anyway, we are going into a C.J. Stroud, who's having a bad year, and Houston is 0-3, and where the Tennessee Titans came out of, and now we're going down there to their dome stadium, and we're going to try to win. The likelihood is probably not very good.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, brother. 615-737-1045. I never know what we're going to get with him.
No, but I accept it. These last 2 weeks, I accept it.
Last two calls have been on point. 615-737-1045. All right, let's talk some SEC football when we come back. Some big games over the weekend. And some interesting outcomes for sure. We mentioned Auburn. Arkansas led Memphis by 18 in the second quarter, outscored by the Tigers 22-3 the rest of the way. Missouri 4-0 after beating South Carolina. Mississippi State beat Northern Illinois. Ole Miss beat Tulane. Arch Manning with a good performance. All that coming up. Plus, Bruce Pearl retiring. We'll get Chris Lowe's take on that. And the 2026 SEC schedule will be announced tomorrow. Chris already got the story on all of the 3 annual opponents. We have a lot to get to with Chris Lowe next. 3HL. Football season is snack season, and I know a lot of y'all get nervous while you watch your favorite team, and what do you do when you get nervous? You certainly snack. You need to have Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip on hand so you can snack the right way. A new obsession for a lot of people listening to 3HL, Daisy French Onion Dip. It's certainly a guilty pleasure during football season, eating dips with chips, wings, veggies while watching big games. And now Daisy comes out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and a Daisy Ranch Dip, and these are game changers. These are as delicious as homemade dips, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you will find in your own kitchen in a lot of cases. Look for Daisy French Onion Dip at any grocery store near you. You can't have chips without dip. Having said that, choose the best dip, Daisy French Onion Dip and Daisy Ranch Dip. The best. It's so great, and the perfect complement to all of the games that you'll be watching. Daisy French Onion Dip at all grocery stores.
Let's face it, buying a vehicle should be straightforward and stress-free, and that's exactly how Two Rivers Ford has been doing business for decades. This locally owned dealership has a non-commissioned sales team whose only focus is to find you the right vehicle at the right price without the pressure. So you'll actually have a fun car buying experience. Great prices, easy financing, and a non-commissioned sales team. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, live from the 104.5 The Zone Circa Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circa Sports at Kentucky Downs. Coming up on Wednesday, 3HL broadcasting live from Twin Peaks at Rivergate. Some of y'all will call that Madison. Stop by and meet us and enjoy some great food and drinks. For more information, visit 1045thezone.com/events. That's coming up Wednesday, Twin Peaks, Rivergate. A lot to get to. Chris Lowe with us from On3.com. Chris, what's up? How are you?
Hello, Low Dog.
What's going on, guys?
Well, I know it's football season, but let's start with a little basketball nugget that came down today. Bruce Pearl retiring, and Slay had been talking about this being the plan for a long time. Stephen Pearl with a multi-year deal to be the coach at Auburn. What are your thoughts on how this all went down?
Yeah, it's not a huge surprise. Slay's right. I think this is what Bruce had wanted, and I think had been sort of pointing toward now for a couple years. And to go back to the Final Four this past year, probably a good stepping off point for him. I know there's been a lot out there about him maybe getting into politics. Bruce has said, and people around him have told me, that that's not something that he's going to do, right now. I think that this was more his ability. He's in a position right now where he really wanted his son to be the next basketball coach there and set him up to do that for success. A lot of people have tried to do this, a lot of coaches. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I know Bill Snyder at Kansas State, for instance, always wanted his son, Sean, to follow him at K-State. K-State wasn't interested in that, and therefore, whatever you want to call it, they parted ways and mutual separation or whatever. This is not the first time that a coach has wanted this to happen. We'll find out. Steven's been there with him every step of the way. I'll say that. He knows Bruce's system. He knows the way Bruce likes to do things, his approach, as well as anybody. We'll see. It's one of those things that'll be criticized heavily if it doesn't work. And certainly, Stephen Pearl knows that. Bruce knows that. I'd say Auburn knows that. But when you're a coach like Bruce and you've had the kind of unprecedented success he's had at Auburn in basketball, right or wrong or fair or unfair, you sort of get you put yourself in a position to help some of these things happen. And so we'll see how it all goes.
Chris Lowe with us on 3.com.
Lowe, going to football now. Let's touch on what took place, man. Arkansas and Memphis, dog. Before we go any further, Pittman, it's been some struggles, and I will say it's not necessarily been offensively, even though it was a fumble that took place. To be able to close out games, like what's going on with Arkansas right now?
Yeah, that's not just this year, Slay. That's been a problem for them the last couple of years. Is exactly what you just said. Finishing games, finishing teams when you got a chance to do it. And listen, that Arkansas goes to Memphis, you get up by 18 points. You gotta make that stand. Sam's not out there fumbling the football. He hasn't fumbled the ball each of the last 2 weeks. When Arkansas has been driving either to win the game or put the game away. But you probably, you just can't have the kind of things that happen. You can't let teams come back from 18 points down. They weren't very good on offense in the second half, and they're just giving up way, way too many big plays on defense and way too many yards. Really will be fascinating in a lot of ways to see how they bounce back against Notre Dame. Because you're right, it's pretty nasty. I've heard from a lot of people I know there in the Ozarks. They're ready right now to make a change. And, if the Hogs come back and play well and win, how will that change things? I don't know. I always felt like coming into this season, one way or the other, that this could be it for Sam. That if they had a decent season, maybe this was a good stepping off point for him, to move into some type of role like what Bruce is going to be at Auburn. And if he didn't, it was going to be hard for him to survive anyway. So I don't think anybody there felt like that Sam Pittman was going to be their head football coach for several years after this year. But boy, Slay, if they continue not to be able to finish games and find ways to lose games, which they have, I don't know how much longer he'll make it.
Let's go down to Gainesville. Miami pushed around Florida, taking the life out of the Gators. Florida now 1-3 for the first time since, 1986? Is that Galen Hall, Chris?
Galen Hall, that's a name from the past.
22 yards of total offense at halftime. That was very difficult to watch.
Well, they're the hardest, to me, they're the hardest offensive team to watch in college football right now because it's not a talent issue. They've got guys that can play and guys who've proven they can play and make play. And their center, Slaughter, most people would have told you coming into the season, one of the best centers in college football.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a lot about Lagway. And now, how healthy is he? I don't know. I mean, that's a question that's probably going to linger for the rest of the year. I don't know how much he really did in the offseason. He had the shoulder, then he had the strained calf. But they just look like right now they have zero identity offensively. What they want to do, they're vanilla. They look really easy to defend. They're not converting on third down. They're just not doing any of the things you got to do on offense, certainly at that level when you're playing the Miamis of the world, the LSUs of the world, to expect to win the game. And the defense, and yet the defense continues to compete its rear end off. I mean, somebody asked me, I was talking to a buddy of mine, I said, maybe we could put together the Arkansas offense and the Florida defense. You might have a pretty good football team.
Yes.
That's not the way it works, but no, they are. Can't imagine if you're a longtime Gator fan right now, after what you went through, the heyday of the ball coach and the fun and gun, and then, the Tebow and Percy Harvin and all those cats Urban Meyer had, and the way they scored points, and now you're having to watch that on offense. It's got to be just nauseating.
Speaking of nauseating, let's go to Dabo Swinney, who he went the old coach route that when you struggle, you give your resume last week, and then, boy, did they lay an egg against Syracuse. That's a tough situation at Clemson. Their over-under win total, Chris, going into the season was 10.5. It's already done.
Yeah, they are. And listen, I raised my hand, and I'll own it. I thought this was Dabo's best team since at least the 19 team when they lost the championship game to a great LSU team, and maybe going back to his last national title team at 18. And I will predict that when the draft comes up this year, you're going to see a lot of guys on this team drafted in the defensive front. You're going to see the corner, at least one receiver. I think Klubnik is poor as he's played, is probably going to get drafted somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the offensive line. I would say if I had to give you an over-under, you'll have 5 to 6 guys on this team in this draft taken. That's a lot of players to be as bad as they've been. And having been there and talked to people, I didn't pick up on any chemistry issues, but clearly this team, and sometimes this happens, they haven't gelled together. They haven't responded to the staff. They look, sometimes, when you're getting paid, guys getting paid, it's just not, especially if you lose that first game like they did at LSU, all of a sudden it's not as important. Football's not as important. And as crazy as that sounds, that when I watch Clemson play, I don't know how many guys I point to on that field and say, hey, football's really important to this kid or this guy. You just don't see that. And you're right. Dabo's sort of gone Old Testament on us, on the fans. And I think again today, some of his comments about the team meeting, and it'll be interesting to see what happens if he can keep that team together or if they just completely fall apart.
They're basically threats. Like when he says, I'm not done, I'm only 55 years old, whatever he said, and he's like, I'm going to coach somewhere, and I'm going to be a coach for a while. He's basically threatening you.
Well, he says he ain't going to the beach either, so
yeah.
We're not going to see him. We're not going to see him over at Myrtle Beach at Broadway at the beach or anything, I guess. I don't know, man. I've known Dabo a while. I don't know. He's an emotional guy. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's done a lot of really cool things for people. That he really has a lot of things behind the scenes. I don't know though who he listens to in those types of moments because he's not doing anybody any favors when he says those kind of things. He's not doing himself. He's not doing that fan base. He's not doing that football program any favors to say some of those things because you're right. It's essentially hey, screw you guys. You know, you don't want me as your head football coach? I'll go somewhere else. And there's a lot of people there in that Clemson fan base who've been awfully faithful, who've given a ton of money. And at some point, even when you're Dabo Swinney and you've won multiple championships and you've been over the last decade plus one of the elite coaches, when it starts to dip and you're losing to people that you shouldn't be losing to, and then you, oh, by the way, start to challenge the fans, I mean, that's when you get ugly. Hey, you know what it reminds me of, Slay?
Yeah.
You ready? You ready to sit down?
I know it.
Are you sitting down? If you don't want to come to the game, just go to the Kmart.
That's it. That's it.
Jerry Green.
That's it.
He did say that.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, when he went on that rant, I was like, oh, I done seen one of these before, boy. I'm telling you, I've been a part of it, man. It can get rough, boy. CeeLo, man, you have Tennessee going against Mississippi State, man. Levy's putting it together down there where Tennessee is coming off a game against UAB. Northern Illinois, I will say, they tied their shoes up and came to play against Mississippi State, but Mississippi State was able to pull away at the end. These two teams, what's expected walking into this matchup?
Two teams and two coaches that know a lot about each other.
Yeah.
We had Jeff Levy on the RTI Lowdown last night, and Jeff talked about his ties with Josh Heupel. They go all the way back to when Jeff was a student at Oklahoma. And of course, Jeff worked with Josh at UCF. Pretty cool nugget. Jeff sort of had been, after the whole thing went down in Baylor, he'd sort of been, pushed aside. He was coaching in NAIA, and Josh is the one that reached out to him and brought him to UCF to be on his staff. So these guys know each other well. Their offenses are very, very similar. The way they like to play offensive football, the tempo, the pace. I think when you see that in practice as a defense, you're a little bit more equipped to play against it than you are if you never see it. So I think that's the first thing. I think number two, this is a Mississippi State program that believes right now. They are not, in my mind, at the level personnel-wise that Tennessee is. I don't think they have the depth. I don't think they have what you need in the line of scrimmage if those two teams played 4 or 5 times. But you know what? You don't play 4 or 5 times. You play once, and that's going to be in Davis Wade. The cowbells will be loud. It's not a night game. That's probably a little bit advantageous to Tennessee. But Tennessee's going to have to score. They can't have empty possessions. And so far, even against Georgia, Tennessee's been able to do that. If we get into another, let's say it's another 30 to 30 something game or 40 to something 30 game, those are sometimes you're playing with fire a little bit because you don't always win those. At some point, if you keep playing those kinds of games, it goes against you, especially on the road. I'm going to be really interested to see how Tennessee's pass game fares on the road. It's going to be loud. It's going to be harder to communicate with the protections and all that. Those different things. Tennessee really hasn't had to deal with that yet. This will be the first time they have to do that. And to this point, watching them play and watching Joey Aguilar and that past game, they've been terrific. And I think seeing how they go and take that on the road, to me, will be a big part of what happens on Saturday.
I think that's a great point. Alabama, Georgia in Athens. How do you break this one down?
Well, Nelly, as the great Keith Jackson used to say. I think we really find out about Bama. They've had 2 weeks. Georgia's had 2 weeks. Kirby Smart in these games usually is money. He lost to Bama last year. He's had an extra week to prepare. I think this is a Georgia team having come to Knoxville and won. Probably that reinforced, hey, we're still Georgia. We figure out ways to win games like this. For Bama, to me, this is a lot about the soul of that program right now because they were skewered and really should have been after that uninspired loss to Florida State. They've come back strong. They've been dominant. Now, I don't know how good Wisconsin is. I think Wisconsin's probably a really bad football team. So we find out more about Bama on the road at a place. I mean, Georgia's won 33 straight games in Athens. And they don't usually just win there. They win big, especially at night. And this is a night game. Bama, here's good news for Bama. Bama will be as healthy as they've been all year long. They're going to get running back Jam Miller back. They're going to get their best defensive player, defensive tackle, Tim Keenan, back. Neither one of those kids have played this year. I think on both sides of the ball, they add a dimension that Alabama has been lacking. I really like Ty Simpson a lot. I wrote a story today about him on 3. I like his approach. I like the fact that he didn't let what happened in that first game get to him. He's come back. This is his biggest test, though, on the road against a Georgia defense that is going to come at it. But as Todd told me, one thing that I hadn't thought about that he brought up, this defense, the kind of defense that Kirby runs, was essentially what Nick ran his first 2 years on campus at Alabama. Now, that's not to say in live situations, he's going to be able to stand in there and make big plays, but he's seen this defense. It will not be new to him. He's practiced against it. He's gone against it. I think that should help him a little bit.
Chris, on the way out, real quick, Vanderbilt got to 70, man, and that's the most points Vanderbilt has scored in a game since beating Tennessee 76-0 in November of 1918. Every week we have many things to talk about with regard to Clark Lee and that Vanderbilt bunch.
I always hate to overstate things because we in the media tend to do that occasionally. I think this October, if Vandy takes care of business this weekend against Utah State, the fighting Cam Walker, Tennessee's associate AD, getting that AD job. Congratulations to him. They take care of business as they should and go in 5-0 to Alabama the first week of October. Going back to what I said ago, that for Bama will be an emotionally draining game, win or lose, coming out of there. And then you have to come back. Granted, it's in Tuscaloosa and play Vanderbilt.
It's a good
spot. To me,
yeah,
that is the worst possible time that you would want to be playing Vandy. Again, win or lose, because of how emotionally draining that game will be. I think when you look at Vandy's schedule in October, and this goes back to overstating things, it might be as important an October slate as Vandy's faced in my lifetime. When you look at who they have coming into Nashville, where else they have to go. They go to Texas, Missouri comes in. As I said, they go to LSU. Alabama. That October slate, LSU comes to Nashville. That October slate, as I look at it right now, has a chance to be as important as any October slate that the Commodores have played in, gosh, since Slade was running around and playing Nerf basketball there in Lolita's house.
And it's da-dun.
That's right.
Chris, great stuff, man. We may call you Friday, too. So many big games coming up this weekend. I'm just going to throw that out there. I keep getting questions about Aguilar. Can he get another year?
In this day and age, who knows, man? I mean, it's we've seen some guys win. Obviously Diego did. Others have fought it and lost. I mean, I don't know. And I think a lot of administrators I talked to, even talked to some people in the SEC office, I think they're afraid of opening that Pandora's box. Because when do you close it? How far does it go? I don't know. But I know one thing. I know Tennessee would love for that kid to be able to come back after another year in the program.
No question. Even with the number one quarterback in America coming, let him sit there.
No, red shirt. Oh my God!
Let it sort itself out. Hey, watch Ole Miss this week too. You talk about a good problem or bad problem to have.
Yes.
You got Trinidad Shambliss, who's playing like a champ. Fair State to Oxford, and you got Austin Simmons, who everybody thought was maybe the young gun in the league.
Yeah,
he's been hurt. Watch that one closely.
Yeah, Chambliss with 307 and 2 touchdowns through the air. He also ran the ball for 112 yards.
Listen. Lane's won a lot more games than I have. You can't take that kid out of the starting lineup.
No, you can't.
You got LSU coming to town this weekend, too.
You can't lose your job with injury, but, man, playing like that, I got to sit and watch this one. Yeah. I'm going to be real. God.
Yep. You can't make the club sit in the tub.
You so can't put
all of those things. Your best abilities, your availability, every one of those things. Thank you, Chris. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Okay.
Chris Lowe on 3.com. We come back. We'll parlay for tonight.
Yes, I got it.
And 3HL bingo card.
Let's do it.
All right. Stay tuned.
You know what time it is? It's Brentwood Jewelry time, and if you don't know what time it is, well, you need to get your watch so you can tell the time. And if you haven't already heard, Nashville's premier timepiece dealer is Brentwood Jewelry. Not only do they have the best selection in watches, but they also are the go-to spot for pre-owned Rolexes, vintage or current models. So hurry on over there and own a fine pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost. Every watch has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance and is presented with a 2-year warranty. What about Hamilton watch line? You like those? Hamilton watches are innovative, iconic, and known for American spirit and Swiss precision. They offer a wide range of chronograph, automatic, classic men's and women's watches. So dive into those. Hamilton's always coming through for you. They always make it happen. Brandon and the fam, when you go over, tell them we sent you over there. 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. That's the physical location. But if you want to go on your handheld device and check them out at BrentwoodJewelry.com and just surf and see what they got, it's simple. It's BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, if you're looking for that equipment that you need to keep that lawn in its beautiful, pristine shape, my guys at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply can help you out. DickensSupply.com is the website. Trey Hartsook is here with more. Trey?
Hey, Brent, I'll tell you, man, once you get that grass looking good, it's weed-free, it's lush, it's green, something we got to do, no matter what, is we got to cut it. And at Dickens Supply, we have the best brands in the industry, whether it's Toro, Ferris, Snapper, Wright, and on the two-cycle side of things, Echo, Shindawa, Steel, Red Max. Buy where the pros buy. There's a reason that when you see the trucks rolling through, they're professional landscape contractors. They have certain brands on their trucks that they trust to put food on their table. At Dickens Supply, we sell those brands right here. Whether you have 0.3 of an acre and you're a weekend warrior that wants to get it done, or you're a professional landscape contractor, we have the equipment that you need to get that stuff taken care of. So if you got any questions about mowers, we can sell them, we can service them. If yours breaks down, we can work on it. So we're full shop when it comes to the service side of things, and we love to sell you a new one. So if you got any questions whatsoever, please give us a shot on your next equipment purchase. We're conveniently located in Harlan Middle, Tennessee. Got locations in Nashville, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lawnmower, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us online, DickensSupply.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, the Brian Callahan Show coming up in a few minutes. Appreciate you being with us today. Talk through a little bit of this weekend stuff with the Titanoscopy Monday.
That's it. Much needed.
3HL bingo card. Titans will run up your sin tab even if you do go to church.
It's tough.
That was G-Money.
G-Money, okay.
Add to the benevolent fund.
Yeah.
That was you.
Some in
there. Taylor put Snead in the core of the earth.
He did.
That was you.
Right,
you got a parlay today?
I absolutely do. Ready to roll.
Monday Night Football?
Let's go.
All right.
My button's not working.
All righty.
That's what she said.
Here we go.
So
parlay. Here we go, people.
No intro.
Baltimore -4.5 with the dub. Zay Flowers 50+ yards receiving. Amon-Ra St. Brown 50+ yards receiving. Lamar Jackson 25+ yards rushing. Jameson Williams to have a catch 15+ yards. 15-yard plus reception by Jameson Williams. I was going to go Derrick Henry under because I thought they were going to load the box and make Lamar beat him, but I just stayed away from that because it's just, you never know.
Lamar 25+ rushing yards?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Baltimore Ravens -4.5. Zay Flowers 50+ receiving yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown 50+ receiving yards. Lamar Jackson 25+ rushing yards, and Jameson Williams to record a reception 15+ yards. Right there, get you paid, baby.
Woo, we got so many games to talk about this week.
Let's go.
It is gonna be fun.
Let's go. Let's get this week done, man. Let's get it on. Big weekend coming up. Titans going to Houston. Big victory.
Let's get it on. Twin Peaks Wednesday in Madison.
Hey.
Rivergate. Old heads call it. Mine.
Bourbon, whiskey, bourbon, barbecue sauce.
Appreciate you guys including us in your day and in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. We hope we put a smile on your face a little bit today. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you was getting a shout out to my guy, Big Boss Bert, up there in Baltimore, going to see the Monday Night Football game. Represent, Bert. Represent.
Think you will?
You better. You got no choice.